What's up, you guys? We're back with another video. I had a very eventful day. All right. I am so in love with my friend's sister. I just love her. I was over at their place yesterday. I just love her style, her looks. She's educated, she's organized, she worked out. Uh, Beautiful conversation. I love her. Okay. I really, really love her. So I just had to just say that. I love her. I love her. I love her. I mean, everything about her, just everything just nice and amazing and so great. And she went out for a nice run. And I went on on the treadmill. So I'm definitely gonna have to get my body together so I can go out on a run and everything like that. And so we communicated today, but I love her. It is what it is. It is what it is. I like her a lot. Okay. But she like women, so you know how that is. But I just love the fact that she's educated, she's organized, and everything that I need in my life, organization. Um, I'm gonna keep manifesting. So I think we going out tonight. So I'm gonna be on my best behavior. I think I'm gonna wear this and some jeans. I'm gonna go out tonight. Definitely gonna be on my best behavior tonight. But I love her. She definitely can be Mrs. Wiley. She's just everything. Like she work out. She's educated. Um, like she's into art, Africa, the ancestors, just everything. And so I love her. Okay. So I'm definitely going to be out tonight and I'm going to be flirting. And I don't know. I just think that I don't know. I've been flirting with her forever. Like when I in my friend presence, I'm like, is she gonna come out? Is she gonna have some drinks? Like, what's her favorite color? What does she like to drink? Talking to her brother is like, oh, like, but I'm just observant, on the things that she like, and I got to see what kind of books she likes, so I can read those same type of books, as well. So I'm gonna make sure I read this book, Nappily Entangled, by Teresa R. Thomas. I believe she loved to read this, so I'm gonna read this book tonight, just so if she come over, I could just be in my reading spirit and stuff like that. Then I gotta get some African artwork as well. But yes, so I just have to say that, and it's okay if she like women. I like women too, and I think that would be awesome. But you know what I'm saying? The other girl in Chicago, she dib a dab with women as well. And I love her. I love women that deal with women. So she definitely going on my vision board. She's going to be Mrs. Wiley. All right. Because we could definitely be a power couple. All right. What's up, everybody? I got on a new shirt. I went to Fashion Over and I got some new clothes, and it just came in the mail. And I said, I'm gonna put this on. I can actually fit this. It feels wonderful. It feels great, not too tight, just really, really good. You guys, I will be in Chicago this weekend because my friend, I'll be going to pay my respects, to go pay my respects for Jaquez. His funeral is actually this weekend. So I will be going to pay my condolences, to be with his family. I will be in Chicago for a quick little weekend getaway. I may even change my ticket to leave like the same day. I don't know, because I have so many interviews lined up in the future. I have so many interviews lined up, so I probably will just be there for the funeral and then just head to the airport and head back to Dallas. So I don't know. We will see about that as well. But you know, as I go through this moment and I think about my friend, the main thing that kept coming to me is Wiley, continue to live your life. Stop pushing things to the side. Follow your dreams because you're only here for a moment, right? I think everybody want to be here for a long time, for decades, until you're 95 to 100. But wherever you go in life, you want to make sure that you lived life and that you follow your dream and that you end your purpose and stuff like that. Like I'm in the process because I do want to get on stage to do comedy. So I'm in the process of writing jokes, in the process of writing my book as well, and just do things. Even if I don't care if I just flop, at least I said, bitch, I tried that shit, you know, like that, you know, to be a risk taker. And I took a major risk when I decided to quit my job and I decided to do this full time. I took a risk, got out of my comfort zone, and really went full stream ahead of being a content creator full time. And doors have been opening up. I've never missed a meal. I'm able to pay my bills. I'm able to pay my rent. Thank you. Life is short. Live your purpose. Live your truth. Thank you, the attorney, the holistic attorney. Thank you. And so just really living life. And so when I took that step out on faith, God literally opened up doors. Now the work is still here, you know, and I'm doing this in honor of my friend. The work is still here. Every single day, you got to get up and you got to work. You got to work at it. So when he passed on, can only grieve for about 2 days, and I have to continue to put in the work because in order to make sure my legacy is intact and to make sure I continue to live up to his legacy and to tell people how good of a person he is, I can't, you know, be down in my feelings forever. And I grieved for a couple of days, and I said I got to get back into work. That's the price you pay when you are a entrepreneur. And so I'm definitely going to pay my respect for Jaquez. I'm going to see some of my good buddies, some of my associates in Chicago that I haven't seen in years. I don't know who all is going to the funeral, but I will be there as well. Thank you, everybody that contributed to me to get to Chicago. I love that. And that actually donated because we will be doing some content when I'm in the city of Chicago. So Jaquez, this is for you. I'm actually in the process of doing some things. I got to talk to his mom whenever, you know, I have a meeting with her because he was a music artist. And I think that, you know, we're going to end some conversation because I think he has some unreleased tracks that he haven't put out. And just be in a process if she want to put those records out. So I'll have to wait to, you know, she's grieving right now, but there's a couple of tracks that he do have that's not released, and I have to get permission from his estate to put those records out. So once I get the permission from his estate, I will keep you updated on that, and just to give out his records and to put it out on iTunes so people can know that he was into music, and so people will not forget that he was a singer and that he worked and did music. So once I get the permission from his estate, from to see if we can put his music out, because I'm not going to put it out there without his permission, without his family blessing, because I'm not dirty like that. Even though I have the records, I'm just not going to put it out without his permission, his family permission. So I'm just not going to do that. So if they give me the permission, say, hey, you can put these records out, you know, and you know, it'd be great. So definitely going to the funeral on this weekend and to pay my respects. And I'm not going to tell you what happened. I mean, he passed on. I don't get into details about my friends, what he was going through. That's between his family and myself, and that's private stuff. But I will be attending his funeral to show my respect to him. And so to pay homage to him, we will be doing a mukbang to pay homage to my friend. That will be soon. I'm in the process of doing that. I don't know what food I'm gonna eat for the mukbang. I never did a shrimp mukbang before, or crabs or something like that, or lobster. I got to see what I'm gonna do in honor of him of doing mukbangs. And so I got to get his intro together of how he used to do his intro, and just in honor of my friend. So we will be doing that in the near future. But thank you so very much. And again, Jaquez, to his family, love y'all. I will be in Chicago, and I will be showing love to my friend being in there. Because at first I didn't want to go. I was like, I'm not going to go. And I got a cheap flight, and I said, I'm going to go. The blessings of it to be able to go, to be around family, and to travel. So we just ask for your prayers. And so thank you everybody that contributed to me going to Chicago. Love it. I don't mind the people that hate when we ask our people to help us out, because my people help out. I don't care what the naysayers say. I had to block 3 people today because I don't play no games. If I put a request out, my people are going to give, and we give content, whether it's $1, $5, $10, $15, $20, or like somebody did today, $300, which is great. Wherever the amount is. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. All right. I just had to put that in for my friend. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I got to talk about this Chase in Dallas again. So I'm getting all these emails, and they're saying, Wiley, you should host a reunion show. And I said, I would love to host a reunion show. So this is the things, you guys. I'm going to be campaigning really hard to host the reunion of Chase in Dallas. I will be in Atlanta in April. I'm going to be buttering up with the team, with Ardario, because he's the owner of that. I'm going to wine and dine him and really explain to him why I should host a reunion. I'm saying it early because I have 500 million people watching. It's time for me to host a reunion show. I have history with the cast. Dallas is home. I know the storylines. I know the people. It would be a great look. I would be an amazing host, and they don't have to pay me. And it would just be good for the culture. And when that actually happened, for me hosting the reunion show, it will open up doors for this cast, because I'm bringing in an audience, and I have people in the beef sector, and also have people in the celebrity gossip sector that will cover me hosting this reunion show. So it would just bring more recognition to the brand. And we never seen a cock-eyed, bipolar type of host before. We never seen that. We never seen Wiley on the main stage hosting a reunion. That can definitely go on my resume to show people that I can host a reunion show, and definitely can make sure the show is popping. For that way, definitely I'm going to be calling Markel. He's one of the producers, Markel London, or Logan, I believe. He's one of the producers of the show. So I will be working really hard. Like I said, I might go to the club tonight. I'm going to be on the lookout for some Chase in Dallas people and shaking hands and kissing a lot of butt. I definitely know how to do that. One thing that I tell people in business, when you're dealing with LGBT folks, you have to know how to kiss butt. And I'm a professional butt kisser when need be. I can play the game. I know how to kiss butt. I know how to butter you up, make you feel good. I've been in this business long enough to be able to have interviews with celebrities if I didn't know how to kiss some butt. That's one thing I do know how to do. Ain't hard for me to kiss a little butt. I mean, if you lick butt, you might as well kiss it. I've done it. So nothing wrong for me for doing that. So I do know how to be have some type of diplomacy, okay, to come around, shake a couple of hands to go to the club. And so we are definitely going out more. So again, tonight we may be out tonight. And also with this me hosting this show, it would just bring a demographic of Black women into the sector, into the market. And so I would love to host it. It would be good for the culture. It would be good for it, because I've seen a lot of people that host shows. They try to play it safe. You just got to be wily, and nobody is like me. Like, I look at all the talented people. I look at so many people on YouTube. I say, oh my gosh, I'm so entertaining. And I have to really look at that. And sometimes I don't know because I'm me, you know. But when I go back to old episodes, I'm laughing, I'm joking. You know, some people don't like to watch themselves. Oh my God, I like me, I do. So every once in a while, I might put on the YouTube and I might watch myself when I'm in the shower and listen to myself, and I get ideas just listening to me. I'm very, very funny. All right. And a lot of people that come up to me say, "Oh my gosh, Wiley, you should have 250,000 followers. You're just that entertaining." I love that. I really, really love that because we are in a place right now. Only place we got to go is up. I remember the Temptation. I was watching the Temptation, and Otis was talking to the people in the Temptation. They couldn't get a hit. They call them the no hit Temptations, nothing Temptations, no hits. So they couldn't have any hits. So Otis in the movie, he said, only place we got to go is up. So that's my message. Only place the Wiley Show have to go is up. Okay, it's nothing but up, 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 up. So it definitely happened. So we really haven't had our mainstream breakout moment. It's happening. We touch it on the surface. We never had our breakout moment yet, but when we have it, it's going to be incredible. We already broke the ceiling of the 30,000 subscribers. We're on our way to 35,000 subscribers. We'll be at 40,000, and we just definitely growing because we understanding a formula. Shout out to my team of people that you do not see, but you won't know their name, that helped me out either with a thumbnail, either with a title, even with creative ideas. But at the end of the day, when they give me the title, they give me the thumbnail, I have to still bring the work. I still got to bring the talent. All right. So I love them as well that come in and show us some massive support. And I love that. So I would love to be on Chase. I would love to talk to King Dior. It's something that I really want to mention to King Dior. So I will be talking to them. Now, I do want to interview them. It got to be an in-person interview. It can't be virtual because I got to be able to touch. I got to be able to be in a presence. Especially, I want King Dior sitting next to me and Trey Howard sitting on the other side. I want King Dior. I want that masculine, manly, that zaddy energy sitting next to me because the questions that I have is going to be incredible. I want that zaddy energy sitting beside me, and the questions that I'm going to have is going to be the best interview out of the entire sector because it's not too many people that cover Chasing Dallas, and I'm just the best cover of those shows, and I've been missed greatly. So we will be covering King Dior. Our microphone will be working. Okay, it will be on. We will make sure not to unplug our microphone. Okay, we make sure we ain't cramped up in no space. So that will be coming on. And then also we committed to covering Chasing Dallas the entire season because they're no longer working with ECG. I can now work freely with the Chasing Dallas cast because me and ECG just did not get along. We were, like I said, he wanted to do some business with us. We declined because we wanted 51% ownership of the business, and he just was a control freak. And so he was good in bed. He just was a bad business person. So I'm glad he's no longer working with the Chasing Reality franchise. And I'm able to now bring the full weight of my platform to talk about the, Chasing Dallas and to review that show. It's going to be the highest rated ever for the Wiley Show. And of course, we got Wiley Show people already energized and ready to go and ready for us to do an episode. Okay. So right, Paul, we're going to make sure we bring some ginger beer. I don't know. King Dior look like he like Hennessy or Ciroc. I'm going to get some Hennessy, Ciroc, all type of bottles. Get that new bottle that P. Diddy have, because I do want that sponsorship. So I will be drinking that on camera. And be like, Diddy, I'm drinking your ish on camera. I don't know what kind he got. So we definitely are going to be having all type of bottles up in this place. Okay, just bottles everywhere. Okay, so we definitely are doing that for that way. That's how it's going to be. Okay, because Reese G is good and bad. And we might even reduplicate that. We can do it on this bed because this bed is ragged. I got a new bed that's coming, and we can definitely do it again because he's awesome in bed. amazing. He's amazing. Like that poom poom, them cheeks are everything. Everything to me. Okay. All right, he's everything. Like them cheeks, everything. Them cheeks. You know, when you big and it's juicy, them cheeks were good. It was some good cheeks. All right. It was really, really good. So we will be drinking. All right. So so yeah, them cheeks were good. It was everything. All right. So we'll be talking to him and we'll see if he's down. Okay. And I gotta make sure I gotta get some more chairs. So financial committee, make sure y'all hit the cash out. We want to get some more chairs. So if y'all want to contribute to that, we want to get some more chairs. I got 2 chairs here. I'm gonna get about 3 or 4 more chairs so they can have some chairs. I want some comfortable chairs. So if y'all want to contribute, you can definitely hit that. All right. So Dior, I can't wait to sit to you, baby. Love you. All right. I just had to say that. I just really, really, really had to say that. You people, listen, y'all. I watched this movie not once, but twice. And I knew that it was something special about this movie because Eddie Murphy had on a kufi, with the Nation of Islam, where they wear a kufi. I think I'm saying it right. And so this movie with Logan and then the other guy on there, the white guy, it was a great movie. I love the movie, and I was so in love with Miss Logan. I was like London or whatever her name is. I was so in love with her because her look, she is so freaking beautiful right now. And I'm like, wait a minute, London. Okay, Lauren looked really good. I had to get her name. Looked beautiful, and I love the fact that she was with a black man, a white man. I love that. With Lauren was with a white man, and the reason why I like him being with a white man is because it balanced her out. Because in the movie, she said, "I want you to keep it real. Don't tell me stuff that I want to hear. I want you to tell me, keep it from the heart, like being real." And that white gentleman definitely kept it real. He had a swag for, he learned about the culture. He had a swag. I really, really liked the movie. I like the fact that, they made jokes about the J community, the black community, the slavery. It was one part of the movie. And my girl, I love her. I love her. I love Nia Long. She was like, "Baby, can you tell them the meaning of how you got that kufi? How you got that crown?" And he said, "Oh yes, I was sitting with the brother minister Farrakhan, and we were talking about how to make black people." We had an hour conversation, and he took the kufi off his head and put it on my head. All Farrakhan, and then the white gentleman was like, "Farrakhan, I love Farrakhan. He the GOAT." And he was like, "Well, why do you say to go? I love him. I love him." And then the mother, she was like, "Well, I know what he said about the Jays." It was just so freaking entertaining. It was really, really entertaining. Only thing I didn't like that Eddie Murphy is supposed to be part of the Nation of Islam, but he had a shave. Anybody that know if you're in the nation, you shaving all that off. They don't have any facial hair. They are sharp, no facial hair. They don't have no mustache. So that would have been more believable if they would have had all that shaved off. But I love the fact that they were giving Farrakhan some press. And all that. I love it. It's really, really dope. The movie was just dope all around. In one of the parts of the white dad, he started singing, "We just ordinary people. We ain't got no place to go." When he starts singing, wait a minute, okay, because you already know Lauren, like she's a black woman, so the white father was just doing over much in black culture, and he starts singing, "We just ordinary people," like. The way that he was singing it, I was like, "What? Oh my gosh!" And the sex scene that they had, oh my gosh. So he was singing John Legend. So the sex scene between Mr. Hill and Lori London scene. Now, what was the name of that song? The sex scene they was doing. Dan, I know it was her. I gotta see what was the name of it because that song, "You and Me, Babe." Okay, that song was everything. I think it was her that sang it. Best part. That's gonna be the song I'm gonna make love to my girl in Chicago. And if the girl give me some play in Texas, I'm definitely gonna play that song. That song did something to my spirit. Like I love that song, and I think her. And I'm not even a her fan, but now I'm a fan because I didn't know she sang that. So I'm like, what? Her sang that? Really? Like that song, and then when they was like under the covers, it was just so good. Like it was really, 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 really good. It was actually dope. I have to give it to the director of this movie, the writer, the director. He did a good job. Like I love a good interracial movie. I love that. And white people are powerful and black people are powerful, and us coming together are creating a new powerful generation. It's nothing like seeing an interracial children. They're the most beautiful children on earth because they got the most powerful genes. They got the white gene, they got the black gene, and it's a mixture. Love it. You know what I'm saying? Like if I had, make love to a white woman, you know what I'm saying? It would be beautiful. It's just a good mixture of it, just powerful of a mixture of it. And so, it's amazing. My dad, he's married to a white woman. He has some beautiful children. There's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. My dad is married to a white woman. She's a dentist. She know how to cook. I don't know if it's seasoned or not, but she do know how to cook. He doesn't look like he ain't suffering for no meals. And she's a dentist. And so, he have his own business. She's a dentist, beautiful family. I really love it. So it's in my genes if I were to eat some poom poom. But somebody that's white, a white woman. It's just in my genes. My dad married a white woman. So I don't say a woman is a woman. If she look good, if she know how to hit it right, and if she know how to cook really good and great conversation, of course I won't have a problem. With being with a white woman. Don't make me no issue, no problem. Woman is a woman at the end of the day. White, black, don't make me no different. As long as we in love together, always and forever. Each moment with you. And, okay, I don't know. Yeah, if we could just get together and just make me know, yeah, it is what it is. Because I used to think that. If you're black, you marry black, but I've lived longer and I'm like, I may fall in love with a beautiful white woman. Hell, I might even fall in love with a Chinese woman. All right. I concentrate. You want some concentration, right? Fucking things, fried chicken. I might fall in love with a Chinese woman. I don't know, but I will refuse to say what I won't do. I don't know what my heart is going to last. All right? Maybe that type of person. All right? Get out there. You just never know. So, just never know. It might be an African. I just never know. All right. So wherever my heart lies, my heart is going to last. All right. So you don't know where you're going to fall in love with. And that doesn't take away me being black and want my people to be successful no matter who I lay with. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always thinking black. I'm always thinking black and beautiful, But when I look at my friend, when I was looking at this movie, I really wanted to sit with my friend's sister and we can just have a conversation, just cuddle, talk about the movie. And she's beautiful. She's a nice, beautiful woman and she's black. And I said, that's Mrs. Wiley. Maybe because, when we look at, I was looking at her, and I'm going to say it again. I got to see her again tonight. it's just like I just love it, and I'm a very observant person. Like I look at the beauty, but I also look at your characteristic. I love you educated. I love that you organize. I love how you have your office space, and I love you love to go out for a run. I just love those type of things. I just love that. I love it. Really, really love it, and that just really, really and awesome conversation, smelling good. Just a beautiful, just. All right. But I highly suggest y'all go watch You People. And it is what it is. And I don't have shame for it. And if Cynthia G, if she mad that I'm dating a white woman, that's her. I don't have a problem. My daddy married a white woman. He's living a successful life. So if I were to keep paying homage and marry a white woman, they're the most powerful people on the planet. So, especially if it's a white woman with good genes and they're a doctor, orthopedologist, podiatrist, surgeon, or a lawyer, it would be good for my career and good for my image. So I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that at all. And yeah, I don't have an issue. I don't see an issue with me marrying a white woman. I see myself with a white woman. It was a woman. I don't want to say her name, because y'all gonna Google her. But her name is Ariana. And I love the fact she was my high school classmate. And seeing her now, I can still see myself with her. Awesome conversation. She laughed at my jokes. She's in a relationship now, but she ain't with no black man. All right. So I know I still got a chance. She ain't ready for all this swag. So I'm gonna probably try to go see her in Chicago. And somebody said, you're gonna unsubscribe, that's fine. I can't stop all that. You're gonna unsubscribe because of my views or who I want to smash with. All right. So it is what it is. And if y'all don't like it, you don't like it. I don't care. I don't care you get back because I want to be walking down with a white one. All right. Will you marry me? Like, I don't care if you get mad that I want to marry a white woman. You mad, upset. Because y'all listening to Dr. Umar, who is not married at all. Don't got no wife. He ain't married to no black woman. He do all that talking. Yeah, marry a black beautiful queen, and black beautiful women ain't married not to one black woman. And to be technical, he probably even liked the white women. It is what it is. So I'm not gonna pretend like I don't like white women to appease my audience, to pander to my audience. I like all women. All right. It is what it is. And if you have a crush on me, if you're a producer, make yourself known. You know what I'm saying? Make yourself known. Be in my presence. I'm in Dallas. So you need to come to the meet and greet. Now, somebody flying in to come see me in Dallas, and I feel bad because we just going to a chicken restaurant. So that viewer that's coming to see me from out of town, we're going to have to go somewhere that night. Okay, we going to a chicken restaurant. It's free, affordable, because we want to support this black business, but we definitely got to do something that night, maybe bowling, skating, or something that night, because somebody is flying in to come see me in Dallas. So I'm gonna have to call Renee. Renee, you could come with us. We can do something that night. Maybe we go out for some drinks or something, because somebody is flying in from out of town to come see me in Dallas. So we're gonna have to plan something that night. Okay? We're gonna have to plan something that night on February 11th. All right. So because I think somebody said they're flying in to come see me. So we're gonna plan something that night as well. Whether we got to go out for some drinks. I know, Renee, get your dress ready, go out for some drinks. Uber, we can take an Uber and everything like that. And stuff like that. We can go out for some drinks and stuff like that. So we're gonna do something that night. We're gonna go to the chicken place, everybody go home, freshen up. We meet up at a bar and go out for some drinks. Okay. All right. I highly suggest y'all take an Uber or a Lyft, because that's what I'm gonna take me as an Uber. Because I like to drink. I don't drink and drive. Okay. I'm just not gonna do that. All right. You people, I give it 2 thumbs up. And it's just something about Lauren. I love her. Them dimples does something to me. Them dimples does something to me. So I posted on my IG Um, last night, and I said that she's with a new white man. Oh, Wiley, it's a movie. Yeah, girl, I know that, but I still say they make a beautiful couple. I love to see white women with black men. I love to see black women with white men. It just looks so beautiful. It looks so you're seeing two powerful units come together and make a powerful generation. And so it's just really, really dope. So when I look at the you people, I love it. I just love that you people. I love it. And what it showed me, the message that I got from this, despite how much culture you learn as a white man about the black culture, despite how much culture you learn as a black man about the white culture, you still are wearing the skin of your race. So it's still going to be some issues where you really have to double charge to make each other feel comfortable. But at the same time, it can definitely be happy because the more and more you get around, the more and more you realize we human beings. And you know, when I look at a lot of, you know, young white people, they go to college and they get into school and they get around black people, a lot of them start to align with the same principles as African American. They start voting Democrat because you look at like this black guy is cool. This white dude is cool. And I'm like, if you're around that person a lot, they're just regular people. But if you segregate yourself and all you hang around is black folks, and if you segregate yourself, all you hang around is white people, then you won't see the y'all having anything in common. But if y'all break that barrier and y'all start hanging out, start going out for drinks, start partying, start, you know, going to each other family events, y'all will realize that y'all have so much in common that y'all have not in common. All right. So you have a lot of stuff in common if you just sit and just talk to those people because you definitely have a lot of people in common. Thank you, Don Johnson said, facts, Umigo. Thank you, Don. Have a lot in common. And so I love it. So I talk to a white man. I talk to a white, okay. How can I say this? Let me drink a little bit more. Okay. So I talked to one of my neighbors. He moved in and he said, "What's your name?" I'm like, "My name is Wiley. How you doing?" He said, and he asked me, and you know that enemy get in my mind. You know he Jeffrey Dahmer. You know that's Jeffrey Dahmer. Be careful. Be careful. Ignorant. Why I gotta have ignorant voices in my head? That man Shaq just is so nice. You better make sure he might got somebody boiling in the pot. You know that Jeffrey Dahmer. That's that Jeffrey Dahmer. And I'm like, the guy was so nice. And I just had to have an ignorant voice in my head. Ignorant. You know, some of my voices, they cool. I got one ignorant voice that always, you know, that's Jeffrey Dahmer. Watch out, that's that Jeffrey Dahmer. He gonna cook your thigh. He gonna make some good thighs, you know, all that type of stuff. And then I just see myself like Niecy Nash calling the Dallas cops, saying, I smell human bodies boiling and all that type of stuff. So I should have did. That's a nice guy. And I just met him in that ignorant voice, ignorant, very ignorant, and said that that's Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh man, just a nice guy. So so that's just how that is. So it's just really good. So I talked to my neighbor and we had an amazing conversation. Talked to my neighbors that speak Espanol and I try to learn as much as I can learn. I try to talk to people that's around me. Even when I'm walking, hello, ma'am, how you doing? Hello, sir, how you doing? I talk to people. Even now I'm going to Chicago. How you doing, sister? God bless you, sister. Good morning, good afternoon. I talk to people because it gives you good people skills to talk to people. And just most of the time when I say some speak back, some don't say none at all. But I make sure you have eye contact and you speak and you move on. That's what I do on this show. Okay, all right. And so yeah, so you know, but I would never go in my neighbor's house because I don't know. Now we can may go out for a nice drink or something, but I ain't going into his house. I don't go into people's houses that I don't know like that. Except for after what I don't do that. All right, so you know, be friendly. Show yourself friendly. All right, friend. You should have that characteristic in there. All right, because I always wanted people to get around me and they say, I want to make sure that I want to be friendly. So when people get around me, they're gonna be like, damn, Wiley, you are so nice. I love that. Like people that rock with me. Now I don't worry about too much other content creators that criticize me because you have a motive. But I worried about the people that rock with me and show love. That's who I worry about. All right, so that's who I worry about. All right, the people that rock with me. Rock me, baby. All right. Where we at right now? Okay. All right, Todrick Hall and Twitch. Now, Todrick is a cloud chaser. I will never forget this man is so indoctrinated with white people. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But Todrick believed that if he sleep white, move in white people, have white people in his staff, that he's white. And you're not white. He just had, it's just something with Todrick. And I want to keep it real. I know he don't like this because we had a little communication back in the day. This man just loved white people. Like, he pretend like he ain't black. And so I saw him at the Brandy party, and we didn't even take no picture. He was just all around his white friends. And I looked at him. Ever since then, I said, something evil about him. All he get around his white buddies, and he immediately just forget that he black. Like, I'm like, what's up? How you doing, partner? Like, say what's up, bro. Don't give me that how you doing, partner. Like, you black. What up, bro? What up? You from the hood. Like, I'm still going to have my identity as a black man. How you doing, partner? Like, you don't talk like that. You black. What up? Anyway, so he decided to go and diss DJ Twitch and said that DJ Twitch deleted himself because of the scandal of Ellen. And the reason why Twitch ended his life is because of the scandal. He couldn't handle the scandal in the end of Ellen. I'm like, why would you say that? You doing that for clout. That reality show that you was on MTV flopped hard. Nobody watched it. Do you know why nobody watched it, Todrick? Because I know they're going to send it to you, okay? You're trash. Like, I used to like you back in the day with you doing music and dances, but you're trash. You have a nasty attitude. You don't pay your staff. You have people to work for you. You don't want to pay them. And you always trying to find a cheap route. You're trash. Now, unless you're going to talk about you being a trash person and pretending like you got money like that and that you are a house owner, in reality, you will rent that house and then the landlords have to sue you for the back rent, you're trash. So if you're not going to put that on the reality show, then keep them ideas and just stay in your little hut somewhere. Because if you're not going to give me realness and being authentic, you can keep that energy, okay? And don't try to give me that smile, try to talk all proper. You could call me, you could get in my GM, blase. We tried to get you on the Wiley Show, but you don't want to come on the Wiley Show because you don't want me to ask you these tough questions, okay? Because we got some tough questions to ask you. But you're trash. And you're an amazing dancer. I love you for that talent, but the way how you have people that don't have the recognition of you and you use them and abuse them, that's not cool, bro. And that's why everybody always stealing from you, insurance scam. Because every time I look at you, everybody's stealing something at your house, insurance scam. You do that to get an insurance scam, okay? Because you ain't been popping like that since about 10 years ago, okay? So we're going to see how this is going to play out. With this new show, it's trash. You're trash. And, you know, we're going to see. I think personally you need to date your black man, you know, and to help you with your image. Because right now, white people don't even mess with you because you messed over a lot of white folks. So they don't even want to fool with you like that. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, so we're going to see how this is going to play out in the future with you, bruh. But every time I bring you on a docket, is either somebody stole from you or you got a reality show that flopped, or you on Big Brother embarrassing yourself, all of that. So, hi. I just had to bring you on the docket to talk to you. All right. Now we're gonna send you another email. We're gonna send you another email to bring you on the show. We can definitely have a tough conversation because I don't mind coming to LA and have a conversation with you in LA, bruh. And so next time I say what up, bruh, just say what up, bruh. Don't be saying howdy, partner. Like you don't talk like that. You don't. You're from Louisiana. I mean, from Mississippi or somewhere. You're from a black place. Okay? When I say what up, bruh, what up, bruh? Masculine energy, don't give me no hidey, partner. You don't talk like that. Who you been around? Okay? So we will be sending you an email for you to come on my show. I know people are going to send this to you. We're going to definitely send you an email for you to come on the show so we can definitely ask you the tough questions, okay? We definitely are going to send you an email tomorrow to bring you on the show. I don't have your on IG and everything like that because I think I unfollowed you on my IG, but I have to double check later. All right. Hi, y'all. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Tasha K. I want to say, and you guys, when I watch this interview with Unwind with Tasha K, first and foremost, bravo. I'm giving you an applause because you show the world how to catch a predator, how to expose a false prophet. In the way that you did this, you, sister, have redeemed yourself back into the culture. Though you went with Cardi B and you got sued and it harmed you, but you found another lane. And you are now, my sister, the queen of the church sector. Long live the queen. You are now the queen of the church sector. Long live the queen. All right. So Tasha K was interviewing Levantre's brother. And I got my notes here because when this interview first dropped, I was recovering. Because I seen all that beauty last night. I was having dreams about my girl. So I was having dreams about my friend's sister. So I was recovering. So when I was watching, I was sleepy. But he was doing an interview, and the notes that I took, he had a 12-year career at an HBCU providing resources. So the man is educated. He graduated, and now he said he's a full-time solo entrepreneur. He said he worked with college students. He said he graduated with, I believe, a degree in public administration. He said Sir Marco was the first person to know that Levantre was violated by Larry Reid. And then Tasha K said, "Great. Once you lie, you can't remember your lies." It's something that she said in that magnitude. It was discussed that Levantre was kicked out of the church, and Levantre told his brother, as you can see right there, his brother, that he was violated by Larry Reid, and that Vincent knew about this at Applebee's, and that Levantre was having sex with members in the church. All right, so that came out, members of the church. But I just want to make it plain that Levantre did tell his brother that Larry Reid M-word him, fumbled with him when he was a teenager. Levante brother said that Larry Reid paid people rent and then cut them off. That's a sign of manipulation. Levante brother said when he told his mother, he felt that his mother was taking the church side and Larry Reid's side. And he said the church that Larry had was about 50 members. It wasn't a large church. He said when Levante was 20 years old, that's when he first told him the acts that happened with Larry Reid. But when the acts happened, he was underage. He was a minor. Tasha K asked, did anyone wanted to call the police? He said, the brother said, I haven't thought about going to the police because Larry Reid is a man of God. Growing up in the South, those are the type of thing I didn't even think about going to the police. Levante brother said, when Levante went back to the church, I was hurt. He said he was brought into the church at 14 or 15. And then he said Vincent Hill owned the property that this alleged situation happened. Levante brother said he's trained. That Levante brother said he is a trained person in sexual assault, and that he was giving Tasha K about consent, about when you can give consent and when you don't give consent. That it's hard to give consent. You can't give consent when you're a minor. You cannot give consent when you're under the influence. He said, my brother is very fashionable, very charismatic. And then he said the way that Larry Reid controls his members is by his money. He said in 2010 is when he first told me, and now it's 2023. And he was saying when you're dealing with trauma, you black out and then you just start remembering more things. And we reached out to BET. We didn't get no response. So y'all make sure y'all tag BET on Monday, which is tomorrow. We will give y'all more point of action with BET. But we want to make sure that, you know, BET is aware of these allegations. They must be aware of these allegations. And then we also want to make sure that BET do a thorough investigation and temporarily suspend Larry D. Reid from Kingdom business, because he's not from the Kingdom. He's in everybody business, but he's in a lot of breadbasket business of minors, allegedly. So we definitely want to make sure that his relationship with BET temporarily is suspended until a full and thorough investigation is done. And so we are making sure that we're going to continue to have the pressure with BET. We will be sending BET leadership team, BET, the production company that hosts Kingdom Business. We also will be sending a certified letter to Tyler Perry Studios as well, because he is co-owner of BET Plus, and BET Plus is housing Kingdom Business. We want a response from BET. We definitely are doing that. Today, I've been talking to my advisors. We are prepared. We have not broke any laws. We haven't not broke any laws, anything like that. If a lawsuit definitely happened, we will address that in the future. But we will continue to apply pressure to Black Entertainment Television, to their parent company as well, because Larry Reid should not be working on Kingdom Business, especially around minors, especially around any type of children, when he's been accused of fondling a 15-year-old minor. And we're hearing that his other victims that haven't even came out and spoke about it has been quite afraid to speak about it. We are taking this yet a step further. Now, when we are on our campaign today, we are under attack from Armand Wiggins, aka a drunk, aka a man that want to read tarot cards but can't get a click in if you read them tarot cards. He decided to go on his social media today and talk about Wiley. He decided to take screenshots of my comments on my show. Thank you to my diligent team for always taking the screenshots. When I'm sleeping, y'all take the screenshots of everything that he posts. So I'm going to read this directly what Armand Wiggins, the drunk, said on his Twitter account. Now, mind you, he's supposed to be reading cards, don't supposed to be worried about what Wiley Show is doing. But since he took pictures and hugged a bona fide alleged pedo, he's been accused of that. So make sure you watch your little brothers and everything like that. So I got to send a letter to his father too. He's been under a lot of pressure. Now he want to address me on his platform. So let's get into this comment that the drunk posted off the Wiley Show. So somebody said, "Funny." Okay, I can't read it through these glasses. Too much sticky stuff on there. But I'm going to read it to y'all directly. "Funny how it was fine when Larry was sending you money. Funny how you screamed Larry innocent for years. Funny how CTV was cool enough to want him on your show. You talk about liars, but you literally lied and told Jives you wasn't recording. You ask people to send you money all the time. You are a grown man. Get yourself to Chicago. You aren't putting any money into the channel. It's the same, no background, subpar camera quality. You have a very hateful and jealous spirit, but you hide under your disability. And you wonder why people block you. Because you talk a lot of smack about all these people. They have a right to block your energy if they choose. Stop trying to play victim. You're mad you're one further along. When maybe if you reevaluate how shady you are and how you move, you flipped on everyone and you kiss butt too. You flipped on everyone, you kiss butt too. I read that twice. No one can trust you because you lie and pretend to be whatever for that day. Who would want to get close to you? Stop being surprised that people don't acknowledge you. And stop trying to bring God into your mess. You are a preacher. You aren't even abiding by the Christian principles your rhetoric you spew. Okay? So this is what the drunk posted. And then the drunk also posted this. The people are finally to see it and call it out. Finally can't hide behind your disability. To the drunk that is out there that took a picture with a known pedo. You're talking about a disability. Maybe you can disagree with my Social Security attorneys because we have to reject the letter not once, but twice, but 3 times being rejected of getting on Social Security disability. So according to the law in the United States of America, Penal Code 35.63, that I don't even qualify for disability. So if you're saying that I'm disabled, maybe I can take that to my attorney and we can see if we can reapply for disability, because as the last time I checked, I don't even qualify for disability. So I don't know why the drunk is worried about Wiley and what Wiley is talking about. Worried about you and the alleged pedo that you took a picture and gave that man a hug, and he probably put some in your drink, got you all bubbly because he got a fast car and all those type of things. You keep on shuffling your cards and keep on shuffling and reading your cards and all that type of stuff and all that. But you don't want to address these rumors and allegations anymore because it made you look weird, because the court of public opinion is on Tasha K's side. It is on the Wiley Show side, and we're on the right side of history. You decided with Storm Monroe, he went in hiding in Jamaica doing God knows what with somebody's husband or wife in somebody's bedroom, all right, probably sitting in the corner with his legs spread open, watching a man smash his wife and watch the man hump another man. He get really turned on by just watching and observing that. But now you are stuck in LA in some little office building with your tarot cards, and you have to worry about what is Wiley talking about. But you didn't have any rebuttal argument because the comments that you're putting out here are your viewers that are in their feelings about me. Do I ask money to get me to Chicago? Yes, I will continue to ask money to get me to Chicago. Absolutely. Just like you asked audience when you and your friend, before you dumped him, you told him and your audience that, hey, guys, we want to open up a recording studio. We want to raise $10,000. Your audience gave about $6,000 to $7,000. And guess what? Last time I drank, Mr. Drunk, you still don't have out that recording company. Where's that recording company that you're supposed to do for artists and all that? What happened to all them $1,000 that all your B&B squad, all your people that gave went nowhere? So you ask for money all the time. So why are you getting mad when Wiley asks for money? You think that's going to stop people from giving to the Wiley Show? Are you mad that people give to the Wiley Show? When I want to go to Chicago, they go reach down in their pocketbook and they make sure that I go to Chicago and that I offer them great entertainment, and they will continue to give me super chats and cash apps. They're not going to never stop. As long as I got breath in my body, they're going to give. All right? There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? So if you're mad that people are giving to the Wiley Show, that's up to you, Mr. Drunk. Again, don't get mad at me, all right? So we will continue to definitely do that. And you're supposed to have an album out. Album never came out. The records that you produced and never even got to gold status is trash. Like, I looked at the views. They're very, very low. They're even lower than the Wiley Show views, okay? We have 1,000 people in the chat watching right now, and you keep on want to talk about Wiley. You say you're not going to talk about Wiley. You're supposed to be a celebrity. When do you supposed to have an interview that's supposed to be scheduled a couple of days, and then they keep on rescheduling all that, and it never really happened? But why would you announce that you got an interview with somebody and it never seen the light of day? But then we got Jason Lee that had an interview with Cardi B and it actually went through, and Jason Lee had an interview with Blueface and Krishan actually went through, and then I'm hearing that Jason Lee got an interview with the baby, so he's just doing all the way great. And then Jason Lee actually took your friend and bringing your friends on that same red carpet and actually working with your friend that you dumped because you got mad that Jason Lee chose your friend and did not choose you. And the only thing that you have is a man that you control and dogs that you control and that you lay with, and all you have is your tarot cards in your office space that you definitely in there by yourself. Thank you for Chicago for the $10 super sticker. Thank you. That's all you have. And I'm still going to be great, still going to be awesome and great. Maybe you should call Storm to defend. Oh, he can't do that because he's in Jamaica getting it in with somebody's husband. Yeah. So you doing all that. You the one that had to go out there and get Apple Pay or Afterpay to pay for them veneers, sir. So let's not act like you don't ask your people for money. All right, we will continue to ask people. And yes, we will be preaching our first sermon. And guess what? People are going to give. They're going to be delivered. They're going to be inspired spiritually, because one thing I do know how to do is preach the word of God. And I'm not going to never stop. If you can sit there and be the new Miss Cleo, that won't stop me from being the new Bishop TDJ. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. That ain't going to stop me. That ain't going to stop me being the new Bishop TDJ, the new prophet, all that type of stuff. That ain't going to get ready, get ready, get ready. God wants you to deliver. So it is what it is. And we already told Bishop Bernard Jordan he got 24 hours to come out here and say something. I watch you so quiet for. Thank you for the super sticker. Love you show. Love your show, Ash. Love your show, Wiley. Don't let them haters get to know. They'll get to his good content. Tyler, Justice for Levante. Another person said, let's keep the super chats covered. Yes, yeah. I love that. And so we are going to continue to do that. This is my show. I said what I said is going to be. It's going to be awesome. Never will be the same. All right. We will continue to do it. And so we will continue to have a good old powerful message and good old powerful show. And we definitely are going to be doing all of those type of stuff. And we definitely going to have all great stuff. Thank you, Jay. Says, since we sending money, the people ain't going to stop giving Wiley Show money. We put it in the platform. We bought a new camera. We already going to be upgrading with the other camera that Tasha K brought us, but we're doing pretty good over here. We will continue to do pretty good over here, and we could continue to be successful, Armand Wiggins. But why don't you come on and invite me on your show, and we have a sit-down conversation, sir, because you got so much to say about Wiley. I got so much to say about you. So how about we just sit on down, allow me to come to LA. We come there to your studio. We can have a sit-down conversation. I believe it will be higher views than Milagro Grams and higher views than Bobby Lights. It would be higher views than all of those queens, because you will have a king that's sitting in your presence, a king that deliver ratings, a king that will deliver great content. Can you imagine you sitting eye to eye close to a person that definitely have been trashing for decades, and you have been trashing him for decades, and y'all finally meet for the first time in history? I mean, the headlines write themselves. So I'm giving you the open invitation. If you want me to meet you in LA, I definitely will be there. We will be in your office space and we definitely have that conversation. Don't say you will not do it. I mean, you drag Malago Graham, call her Dusty Bees and everything else. You work with Malago. So are you going to have that same courage in bringing me in your presence and we can have a conversation? All right, sir. That's an open invitation. It will be good for clicks and views. Most of the people will be entertained and to talk about all of these things, and we would be right then and there. And it would be great content in good numbers, and it would be just good for the culture. And we would definitely love to be in your office space. I can definitely be right there. Now, to Larry Reid and to his spiritual father, Bishop Bernard Jordan, that brother is so scared now, he haven't said a word. And the thing about them type of prophets, they only charge you for a prophecy if you pay. If you pay. I never seen him really give prophecy for people that don't have it. And he wrote a lot of books, you know, and he wrote a lot of books. But I want to know, what do you have to say about Larry Reid and these allegations, sir? And did you, Bishop Bernard Jordan, call Levante and Levante's brother and Levante's mother to have any type of conversation with them, or you automatically taking Larry Reid's side? Now, is it because Larry Reid rebirthed your career? Thank you all for the super stickers. I'm seeing y'all. Chucktown, thank you for the $10 super chat. Thank you for the members. Is it because he rebirthed you? Because nobody wanted, they dropped you like a bad habit in the church industry, and Larry Reid reintroduced you to his audience, and that's why your loyalty is with Larry Reid. But I thought your loyalty is supposed to be with God. I thought you're supposed to be speaking truth to power. I thought you're supposed to be on God's side. So how can you be on God's side and you see a man that's been accused of following a 15-year-old minor, and you can't even have the common courtesy to bring that minor, to bring that grown, Levante's a grown man now, to have a serious question with Levante about that? And it's his mother and his brother, but you're supposed to be a so-called prophet. Or is it because Levante ain't got the money to give you so you can give him a prophecy? Or is it because Larry Reid paid you and bought you all these cars and bought you clothes and bought you drawers and bought you some socks? So now you can't even say nothing, sir? You don't intimidate me because you say you was America's dad or America's prophet and all of those type of things. But I'm worried about, yeah, you know, all these type of prophecies, but what about the prophecies of Larry Reid about what he did to Levante? Do any of the spirits, or do you have any prophecy on that? I wonder, do I have to send you $2.55 to get a 2-minute prophecy from you? I don't know. But again, it is what it is. Just like your son, you can't see your son is in the closet and he can't come out because it will make you look bad as a pastor. You know, your son needs to come out of the closet. That man is all the way in his lips, his pulse, his chest, his surrounded, the way he talked, the way he moved, the way he's working out, the way he's doing all type of stuff. And the reason why he can't come out, because it'll make Bishop Bernard Jordan look bad, and so he got to pretend like he want women. I'm just in the gym for my health. You're in the gym because there's nothing but men in that gym. You can do some things in that shower and many other things in there as well. So when are you going to come out of the closet, sir? Because I see you might as well come out of the closet. You look like you're amazing in bed, and you're a prophet. So I already know you're going to prophesize on the booty. So you look like you're really good in that bed. Got a good ride and good body, and look like you can lick some good areas and really throw some hands all on my body. You better come out before you get exposed to come out and they take pictures and videos of you. But maybe you probably want that as well. I know you have the girls come to your place. You take their phones, you have them sign NDAs, you pay them good money off the church's money and all of those type of things. But when that day do come, when you get exposed and you come out of the closet and then you have to come out and cry, and then you tell the people that you are bisexual and in reality you are gay, you love men, and we would definitely say, and if I'm lying, you could just go ahead and sue me. But just know you have to prove that I'm lying, sir. Look in the mirror. You're beautiful. And ain't got nothing against you. You're a beautiful brother. I would love to date you. You got money. You're a prophet. You know, this is all alleged. And so, you know, when I'm in Atlanta, I think you're in Atlanta or Georgia or whatever, we can definitely have a conversation, and maybe we can go to a club at night and talk and have a meeting. Yeah. Me and you. You're very educated. You know, you read a lot of books, but that doesn't mean nothing if you can't be with the person that you love. What does it profit a man to read books and get all his knowledge, but you can't be with a man that you really love? You got to pretend to be straight. That's a sad way of living. If you're gonna burn and go to hell for being gay, I would rather burn and living in my truth than to burn and suppressing my true feelings. Come on, bruh. Be real. Be yourself. Come on out of the closet. I will embrace you. I would date you. We would be a powerful couple. America's prophet son dates Wiley. Oh, that got a good ring to it. You could take good pictures and all that type of stuff. It's gonna be definitely great. You got the money and all that. We could do a church. I could be the first man, or I could be the co-pastor. Get different musicians and all of those type of things. Get a good choir and all of those type of things. We could have a good, beautiful family. So we will see. All right, but to Dr. Larry Reid, it ain't looking too good for you. I mean, your employee can't really defend you, because you never seen the brother did an interview. The receipts haven't even dropped yet, and like I said, the queen of Tasha K came out and did amazing things and just took over the church sector. When I go on your Patreon, because I got access to your Patreon, thank you, Sir Marco. I always got ways in your Patreon. I'm a professional catfisher. So just because you can't see me don't mean I'm not there. Okay. But your Patreon ain't showing nothing. You ain't delivering no content, nothing that type of way. Right. And we already know. And then I'm hearing they said Bishop Bernard Jordan. Oh, wow. William McCray was his foreign mentee. Wow, that doesn't surprise me. And he dropped William McCray like a bad habit. And I told William McCray, you got to know how to play game and you got to be more professional in your business. We would definitely see about that, Bishop Bernard Jordan. And so I'm willing to have a meeting with you, Bishop Bernard Jordan, today or tomorrow. I'm going to send you a letter as well. And we're going to definitely have a conversation with you, Bishop Bernard Jordan. And we definitely want to have a conversation with you and see what are you doing? What have you been doing with the preachers to having these tough conversations? So thank y'all. I'm going to open up the phone lines. But again, we definitely are going to talk about it. I want to give a special shout out to Tasha K app, to Tasha K team. And we're not friends with Tasha K. Tasha K was never my friend. Like we never hung out. I sung her praises. I think Tasha K is about her business, and I'm just not profitable for her business plan. That's not in her vision for that, and that's fine. Because Tasha told Storm and told others that I didn't have the look for success, and if she did tell me that, that's her opinion. Because there's nobody that looked like me in media, and so we will be the first. So we're going to be doing awesome and great things, and so thank you. I don't know if she said it, but that's what Storm said. And I don't know if Storm lied or not. But I've noticed that we never had a relationship. We never did a show together. We never did any of those things together. But I'm not going to stop covering this case with Larry Reid. I'm not going to do that. Because I don't care if me and Tasha never broke bread together in her home. I mean, she brought Von Ray, a convict, in there, and her staff slept with him. And on the first day when he got out of jail, but I never had broken bread with her. But I will tell you this: when it's business, it's business. And me and Tasha speaks the same language. We about a click and a view. And this is what it's always been about. And most of these girls lie to you. Even Larry Reid, he's about clicks and views. And the reason why he's doing the interviews is because most of the comments, they're calling him pedos. They call him all type of disgusting things on the internet. And so he's pretending like he's unbothered. He went over there to Sherelle's World. That didn't go anywhere. And you know why Sherelle's World can't say nothing against Wiley? Because Wiley know how to drag her. You know why Sherelle's World can't go and sue Wiley? Because Wiley going to go to court and she will have to spend all the money. Because one thing about if you go to court, what if I go to a mental hospital? That means that's a delay. Get a court order, get a delay, get out of the hospital, go right back into the hospital. That's another delay, more money for your attorneys. Come out of the hospital, get in my gown, I'll go right back in the hospital, another delay. Then I come out and go in there and I challenge it, another delay. So you're going to be spending all the money, and I'm just going to have fun with you and your husband. And then I'm going to be able to sit with Sherelle's World in that nice dusty wig and her weird husband with them dentrums, and we're going to be sitting in that courtroom together, and I'm going to get all the clicks and the views and all the content that's going to happen. It's going to bring Wiley to the next level. So, Sherelle, if you want to get your paperwork started, go right ahead, sis. No one's stopping you. But you will have to prove your case. You will have to get a lawyer in Texas, and you will have to sue me in state court. Yeah. You have to get a lawyer in state court too. And you will have to take time out of your YouTube schedule to come to the court appearances of it, because I'm not going to settle, because I want you to be broken. Yeah. And then I want to meet your husband, and we can just have a good conversation. Why don't you do videos about Wiley? Because I'm not like John Yates. Oh no, I'm not John. I'm Wiley. That don't scare me when you say lawsuits. It may have scared John Yates, but it don't scare Wiley. Mm-hmm. That little video you did in the middle of the night didn't scare me at all. We've been talking about you ever since. Call you Dusty Wig. Yeah. I went inside of a library. I wasn't scared. So you think I'm going to be scared of some paperwork of a lawsuit? Go right ahead and file it, sister. And I'm going to enjoy being in a courtroom with you and your husband every single day. It's going to entertain me being in your presence, smelling your scent, looking at your attorney, looking at the judge turning papers. We're going to sit there, go to trial, have jury selection, and it's going to be great entertainment. And all these YouTube channels, they're going to be talking about Wiley, Sherelle's World. Same thing with Larry Reid. Can you imagine the headlines? So they only threaten people with lawsuits that's afraid. And like I looked at the documents with Daryl did not have common sense. Daryl wasn't smart enough. He didn't know how to play the game. What Daryl should have did, he said, Your Honor, I don't want to do mediation. You could have done mediation, say, okay, we'll do it. I'm not going to stop talking about it. I want to go to trial. And maybe you would have had some type of victorious over Larry Reid. But you didn't do it. So, all right. Let me block somebody right quickly. Thank you so very much. I have to block somebody in the ministry today because that's what we're doing. We don't play no games. We're going to open up the phone lines. We're going to open up the phone lines. Oh, wow. Child, please talk about lawsuit. Man, please, that is civil. Companies get sued all the time. That ain't going to scare me with no civil lawsuit. My family have sued me. Yes, they did. Did I ever stop talking about them? No, I didn't. I actually talk about them more. I've been sued not once, probably twice. So, still talking about them. I ain't going to stop. So if I talk about my family, you're not exempt. If I talk about my own mama, daddy, brother, sister, cousin, whomever, you're not exempt. I tell my business, and I'm not afraid to do so. To all my business. I'm a business teller. This is how I built my brand. So, okay, I'm gonna have to block you. All right. If you're blocked, don't send me a message when you blocked. All right. Moderators, y'all know what to do. If they off topic, block them. Thank you. Thank you, moderators. Levantre definitely need justice. And Levantre story will be heard. And we will continue to tell his story. Tasha K is being used to expose a wicked, unjust person that used his money and fame to continue to prey on the young and the vulnerable, using his money and power and influence to silence, distract, discourage people from coming out of them. But Larry, you didn't have enough money to keep me quiet. You didn't have enough. A couple of $100 there, it's not enough to keep me quiet. So, not enough. So, very manipulative. And you would give money and thought you had my silence, but you didn't because it wasn't enough money. Yeah. Wasn't enough. And so now you're going to have to spend that money and sue. 500,000, 600,000, 800,000, million. It's a lot of money. And guess what? You're going to have to go back to the LRLers and say, we need to raise money. So you're supposed to have a prayer call today, and I missed it. So if memory served me right in your prayer call, you make sure to raise money. So I'm definitely going to listen to that prayer call today to see how much money did you ask your people to actually give today? Because it was Sunday. Yeah. So we're going to see how much money did you ask your LRL audience to give you? Was it $8.88? Was it 50 people send $50.55? Or was it 3,000 people give $5.25? Did you tell them that if you can buy a foot long, you can donate to the ministry? Did you tell them that one of my prayer warriors will be calling you after they send a donation? And that you make sure that it's a tax deductible when they do give? Because your ministry is a tax deductible? Because you get tax credit from the government. You don't have to pay any taxes. So you're not giving the money. So you said you was going to sue. Let's see. I know you say you're going to sue. You said it's going to cost $1,800,000, $500,000, all of that. And you still haven't sued Tasha, Bishop Whitehead, Wiley, Levantre's brother, Levantre's mother. You haven't sued nobody. The only thing that you have done to continue to give your employee money for his wigs. Continue to give money to Armand for his studio. Continue to give money for Storm Monroe for his sex escapade so he can watch married couples smash. So he can get turned on by that. And continue to give money to Sherelle's for her dusty wigs. And still to this day, it haven't even came close to the narrative that you are an alleged pedo. Still haven't changed that. Still haven't changed that. Because we thought that interview that you were supposed to do with Storm and Armand, but you got them drunk, allegedly. That was supposed to be a draw-dropping main event. And it flopped very, very hard. So who are you going to donate now? Why not King Jives? Because you donated to King Jives and, oh, that's right. King Jives threw you under the bus and said he believed that you touched his god brother. And that he's afraid because he ain't got no money for no lawsuit. Because you gave to King Jives. But we got King Jives on tape throwing you under the bus. Yeah. And he haven't been the same since. I know the Kojic Church is happy. They said, how did you keep King Jives silent? Only take a paid opportunity for him to come on doing my show. And once you offer to pay people, they call you very quickly. And that brother got on the phone and he started spilling the beans. Are you recording me? No, I'm not recording you. But in Texas, I thought it was a one-party recorded state in Texas, meaning that only one party in Texas get the permission to record. I think in Texas is one party. I think so. I think so. I think so. I think it's one party recorded state in Texas. I think so. Wow. Yeah. So go to King Jives. But King Jives went on the record and said that you touched his god brother when he was a minor. And King Jives actually shared in that video that you had all of the boys living with you, Larry Reid. They were all church boys. Wow. And King Jives said that was weird that you sent him that $500. And then he said, oh my God, these allegations came out. King Jives was mad and upset. He's scared because he don't have a money for a lawsuit. You know, his mom in prison for scamming, and most of his money was tied up. You know, once his mama went to prison, he's dried up financially. Now, if his mama was still out scamming the homeless and the sick and shut in, then maybe King Jives would be able to talk because he would have a bag coming in. But poor little mama is rotting in a prison cell for being a scammer. You put your own mama in a prison cell. She's rotting away. 4, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In a prison cell. Sleeping with Big Bertha. Come here, inmate 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you post my number, King Jives, on the internet because you thought people was going to flood my number with phone calls, but I done already gave the public my number, so that doesn't scare me. You were desperate for some money, but you never asked me who told me to inbox you and email you. You never asked me that question. Why have everybody I inbox you to offer you to be on Two Man and a Lady and to pay you $250 an hour? How would I know this information? How would I know to reach out to you? Yeah. I did some couple of phone calls and some people in the Kojic church brought your name up. Yeah, I know people in Kojic. And you're not that well liked. A lot of churches, you can't even show your face because your mama's a scammer and you don't live by the principles. You take stuff up the butt. So they don't want to fool with you. And you love to expose preachers and they don't fool with you like that. But I can talk to them because I know how to talk their language. So thank you to that Cross Source and Kojic for giving me that tea about King Jives' god brother and Larry Reid getting it on when that god brother was a minor, allegedly. And Polar King Jives can't say nothing because he put Larry Reid, thrown that man under the bus. So, wow. I gotta open up the phone lines, you guys. And that's what we're gonna do tonight. We're gonna open up the phone lines. And I'm thinking so clearly today. Because everything I say is alleged. But you still can sue whether you say allegedly or not. So if they want to sue, go right ahead. I love being in a courtroom. Quiet. Seeing that attorney, seeing the judge, something about a courtroom. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna open up the phone. Oh, somebody's wait a minute. Somebody sent me a PayPal. Thank you. I'm gonna open up the phone lines, and we're gonna open up the phone lines. We're gonna take. We got 30 minutes. We're gonna do a phone lines. Now, I'm not doing the reading anymore because y'all ain't ready for the read. I'm getting into the ministry. I don't do tarot. All right, but unless you hit that with a good coin, all right. I'm in retirement because one of my staff members, one of my people, want me to burn these cards up. But if you hit the right amount, I'll give you a good reading. But I'm talking about a good stack. All right. So we just put that right down here. And yeah, if you want a reading, I'm talking about a nice donation. And we will give you a reading. All right. Now, my staff, I love you, but if they're gonna give me for a good old reading, I have to do it. You know, I'll be here for a coin. So so all right, I'll get rid of it. Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you so very much. What about what shall it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? Don't compromise for money, Wiley. What does it profit a person to watch a messy YouTube channel and all they watch is messy YouTube channels, but they supposed to be so Christian, so holy, and so sanctified, but every channel that they watch is mess and gossip and Zeus Network, and they watch as baddies, they watch Blueface Kashan, but they be so spiritual, so Christian. So what does it profit a man to all that they watch on their YouTube news feed is drama and mess? So don't come here with your scriptures or what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose their whole soul, and all you watch is mess and gossip. Take your spiritual mind and go join a spiritual platform. Because all you watch is Zeus, baddies, Jocelyn, Shade Room, Neighborhood Talk. All you watch is that. Then keep your scriptures and your ideas of why believe in God, because all you watch is mess, drama, gossip. So don't come here and give me a scripture. Because at the end of the day, when I close my eyes and when I leave this earth, you're not the creator. You're not the Father. You're not Jesus Christ. When I close my eyes and I meet the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, it's going to be God himself going to have the final say so, not you in the comments. So that scripture, take that scripture and you believe in that scripture and you go to a show that preach that and believe in that. But don't try to give me a scripture, and most channels that you watch is people in pink wigs, people that eat aggressive food, make their health bad, eating fried chicken, baby back ribs, and that's all you follow. And you got none but Zeus that you're watching, or Real Housewives. So don't try to get me, oh, you need to stop playing with God. You need to stop playing with God. Don't try to tell me the God that I serve with, that I can't preach and talk about God. You can't tell me who I can't talk about, my Lord and Savior. You wasn't there when the police tased me and God spared my life. So every chance I get is hallelujah. Anyhow, it's praise the Lord. God spared my life. So you can't get mad because I believe in God. And I ain't going to stop believing in him. Wiley, you got to live in the context and you got to believe in. Sir, ma'am, you don't know the journey that I'm in. I love the Lord. And I ain't going to stop praising him. All right? All right. I ain't going to stop. Okay. So we're going to open up the phone lines and great show today. Like we talked about all topics. We talked about you people. We talked about another segment, my good guy that I feel like is a scammer. We talked about Trish, Chadrick, and then we also talked about Tasha K. Did really, really great. And we're going to open up the phone lines. I'm really, really serious about being in the ministry. We definitely are going to take that serious and definitely being in the ministry as well. So that's there. Preacher, terror, broadcaster. The talent is real. Okay. I'm going to continue to be who I am. Right? All right. Thank you. Okay. So we're going to open up the phone lines. This was great. This was a great show today. It was funny because I'm gonna go back and watch the replay. Funny, 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 funny show. So we're gonna open up these phone lines, and we definitely over. And people get mad that I want to get in the ministry. They already telling my mom, my uncle, they watching my show, and I haven't even preached my first sermon yet. And already he a false prophet. He this, he that, he this, he all that, he this. I haven't even preached my first sermon, and already they say, "Oh, he trying to preach." They watch. Like I got church people that watch me. I got all type of people that watch me. Okay, all right. Sir, you say free Tory Lanez, and you talking about you can't need to pick a side, and you talking about freeing somebody that actually hurt a black woman. Come on, somebody. All right, get up out of here with that. I know someone that stated saying when she started doing. Again, I don't have that experience. Y'all, I don't have that experience at all. You know what I'm saying? So that whoever said that, her having dreams and stuff like that, is probably because she let somebody lick her box, and that's all that type of stuff like that. So that doesn't get to me because I don't think about the tarot card. I do that as a form of entertainment. A form of entertainment. That's it. I don't burn kind of read tarot out of that. It's a form of entertainment. That stuff don't make or break me. Okay, it's a form of entertainment. All right. It is what it is. Y'all acting like I got people at my home, we chanting and hollering and all that stuff. Like, no, it's just a little form of entertainment. If people give a coin, they want to read it, and I'm gonna give them a reading. All right. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. All right. So I got the number on the screen here. Let me post the number on the screen here. If y'all got something to say, we got 1,000 people in here. Thank y'all. We don't even try hard. Like everybody said, you should get 1,000 people. Okay, you get 1,000 people. That's awesome. That's great because it's good content. I appreciate the people that come and view the show. I appreciate the people that come and watch the replay. I appreciate that because we put on a good show. Y'all are just learning about the Wiley Show, but I've always been entertaining. I'm in my entertainment bag. All right? Okay? All right? Yeah. Y'all gonna take that to our mind. He's more so into reading them cards. But y'all ain't gonna tell him because he's gonna cuss you out. Go on over there and tell him don't read them cards. Go. Take thee this day your reasoning of Armand not to read them cards and watch how he's going to cuss you out. But y'all ain't gonna go over there telling him that. So don't come over here telling me in the chat. Because you ain't gonna tell him. I don't see y'all commenting over there. Let me go see them comments. I don't see y'all. Stop reading them cards. Y'all don't tell them to stop reading them cards. Okay? but want to tell Wiley what to do. You gonna get a rebuke. Now, some people I'll listen to. Because like somebody said, burn it up. I might do that. Said, throw it in the garbage. A good sister told me that. Throw it in the garbage, she said. All right, y'all. Okay, we gonna open up the phone. Okay, the phone lines is open. I don't have no phone call. I guess y'all don't want the phone lines open. Well, ha. Okay. 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 All right. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hi, Wiley. How are you?
All right. How are
I
you?
see you are reading, and I am getting my life.
Yes. Thank you.
Of course, I wanted to call in about, I guess, the Tasha K interview with the brother. I agree with you. I thought it was a really good interview. But after hearing his interview, like, I also blame the mother too. Like, I feel like a lot of it was the mother's fault. Like, even after Levon, I think his name is Levontre. Even after Levontre left, like, the mother was the one who enticed him to come back into the ministry. And so I feel like at first I thought like the mom was like groomed as well, but then, after hearing the birth, I was just like, I feel like the mom like sold her son out.
I think that the mom is not uncommon for people that get involved with ministries and it turns into a cult, because the mom, her faithfulness, you got to believe, like, they're in the South, and not just in the South, all over. When you're talking about church, they put pastors on a certain pedestal, and a lot of members will give their pastor a pass, and they will allow their pastor to get away with a lot of things, because a lot of people have been trained not to question the man of God. So I think that the mother, because she had her own ambitions, wanted to be a pastor, and she was manipulated in some ways, and she was so focused on other things that she did not see the evilness in Larry. And her eyes didn't really open up until she got out of the ministry, till she got out of that manipulation, and she was able to really think. I was like, oh my gosh, like, wow, and she may not admit it. A lot of things she did admit it to, but a lot of people, they get in the church and they put their pastors and their leaders on a pedestal. The leaders can get away with a lot of things. I'm from the church. Like, my uncle is a pastor, my grandmother is the mother of the church, my auntie is a first lady. So I've seen things happen, and when my uncle is wrong, no one question it. They just let him be wrong. When he do something that ain't right, he don't get questioned. You know what I'm saying? He did some things, in my humble opinion, that was wrong. But a lot of people don't question it. And so my mom didn't even want to see it at one point, until she started to notice the cult type following, it's like, oh my gosh, my son tried to warn me about this and I didn't want to hear him. And then once I exit the picture and moved on with my married life, she started to notice some things that is run like a cult. So now we're back to this Larry Reid piece, and with this mother, it just reminded me of, like, wow, okay. When your son is trying to tell you something about the church, you don't want to hear that, because you don't want to believe that your pastor is just the devil. And then also the mother had her own ambitions to become a pastor, and she wanted to become a leader. And Larry manipulated her as well, because he made sure to make her a pastor to get her away from her son. Because why you got a single black mother having her go to St. Martin to become a pastor away from her, but the son gonna stay with you? That's a sign of manipulation right there, and it's weird. But go ahead.
But I feel like, and I just, in my opinion, I feel like that was the mother leaving her son. Like, I don't feel like she went in with it, into it with her eyes closed, because one of the common things, like, I even went back and kind of looked at her interview afterwards. She said that she heard rumors, like, she was aware. You know what I'm saying? The brother said that he had heard things too, and that he came in contact with somebody who slept with Larry. So I'm just saying that I just feel like it wasn't that she didn't know. I feel like in some ways, like, she, like you said, she had her ambitions, and I feel like in some ways, like, he kind of gave her son up for that. Like, who, has your son hanging around somebody, a stranger? And then, like Larry said, in that house that there were all kinds of people, and she left him there with no money, to clothe and think of himself. I mean, I think she was aware. Like, and then after he said that this had happened to him, it was her. She was the one who was calling. When the brother was like fighting for justice, he was online fighting. He called and said, told him to stop it, and she was gonna handle it. She never did handle it. She said that she wanted to, harm Larry, but she didn't do anything. Like, she didn't do anything. So to me, I just feel like it's a little bit deeper than what might meets the eye with her. Like, after hearing this, like, my heart really goes out to Levontre. And, I just hope that, like you said, he can get some kind of, recompense or justice. I feel like he needs to be paid for his pain, but because I think that this kind of, like, his community failed him. His father left him. His mother wasn't really there. I have my own thoughts about her. But I think, he tried to tell people, like, it wasn't until really it got to the brother that, he got someone to really advocate for him. But at that time, he was older. So, I mean, my heart really just goes out to him. He is really an example of, like, when your community fails you. But I think the mother is just as guilty as the predator. Like, I see her as just as guilty, and I think it's just deeper.
I agree.
I think she was aware. She knows.
I know. I don't disagree with you there. I think the mother definitely have to take ownership to the part that she played in all of this, because she played a part, and she may not want to admit it, but she definitely played a part in all of this.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely. Thank you, ma'am, for hitting for calling in. Love you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Yes, I agree. Okay, I think we got one more caller in here. Wow. Okay, let me call them back. Give me a second, you guys, because I can't take a private caller, but if you call, if I have your number, then I can just bring you on. Hello, you.
Hey, Wiley.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you. I was calling because, a few things. My condolences to your friend, Jaquez.
Thank you.
And, I could feel like it's a heartfelt thing that you have with this particular person. It's not just like, oh, my a quick interview by talking. No, it's very heartfelt. And it makes, almost wish I could have kind of met him before. Maybe you could have brought him on the show a couple of times.
I'm gonna restrain the interview that me and him did. I wish we could have did more projects, and that's like one of my only, regret. Wish I could have done more projects with him. But I did one video in when I went to Chicago a couple of weeks ago. Not a couple of weeks, sorry, a couple of years ago, and I interviewed him, and I interviewed a couple other people in Chicago. But I'm definitely gonna restream that on Friday of that conversation that we had, and he was on camera. And yeah, I can't wait to do that, because I know it's a lot of new people that didn't know that my friend and our friendship, because again, I don't have many friends, but Jaquez was one, and I'm so glad I was able to live to experience a love of a brother that was very supportive. Even when I was going through mentally, he did not drop me. He understood what I was going through. He forgave me, and it was a solid friendship.
That's awesome, Wiley. Again, my condolences to that. And also, I think you would make a great host on these reunion shows.
Yes.
You got to go in there suited and booted. You got to make sure you got on, and you fly. You just sit back. Don't engage in the physical stuff, and just go on there with your personality. I think you would do awesome. Not just Chasing Dallas, but any of these reality.
Absolutely.
So I do think. And what the thing that's so crazy about this Larry Reid thing is, I want to talk about, like, it's in the Black community. When things like that happen, whether they're in church, in somebody's house, the first thing that a lot of people do is say, shush, 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 don't say anything. Don't worry about it. And it's just so toxic. How we just want to shush the person and be quiet. And before we even know all the facts, we call them the victims liars, or he was bad, or, he didn't do good in school and he just wants to cause trouble. And it allows these predators to go out and commit more sins, more crimes, more whatever they're doing against humanity. And people say, what's killing me is that the pink wig will sit on his platform and talk about how Black women are, we're not protected, and this, that, and the third. And here you have a golden chance to even talk to Levante. Before you got on there spewing all of this stuff, you could have talked to him first and at least had a modicum of compassion for somebody that will come out and say something like that. Like, why are you saying this? Why are you bringing this up now? Did it happen when you were 16, 17, 18? And one thing that just shows how phony he is and that he's bought and paid for. And it's really disappointing when you have somebody that claims to be an advocate for victims and yet he's victimizing a victim. And it's just sad to see on his part. I hope he doesn't think that he's looking any kind of loyal. You look kind of like the hyenas when in the Lion King when they were on Scar's side, because you look like, oh, I'm only gonna protect celebrities like Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah, she was wrongly hurt, but this Levante guy, oh no, Larry, he was 17, 18 years old. It does not matter if he was 17 or 18. What matters is that he was groomed, he was taken advantage of, and tossed to the side. That's what matters. And then for him not to even get, for the Larry Reid to be like a prophet, a pastor, if you really felt compassion, like, dang, I crossed the line, I should not have done this with this boy, you would have acknowledged the boy years ago when this was brought up and said, I'm sorry. Because I have a feeling that we wouldn't be here today had he been a man and stood in his SHIT and admitted to this boy he was wrong. He should not have done that. He took advantage of him. But instead, he ran like a coward. And then he's running to show that people really are not like, nobody is going to say, oh, I like this creator, so I'm going to believe he's innocent. No, that's not how it works. People could be fans of you and whoever, but if they see something and they find it suspicious, it doesn't matter who the creator is. Absolutely. What matters is this person was guilty or they look guilty.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
And he said some very questionable things since that's happened. And you haven't even addressed those things. You're just coming out here and like almost like you're trying to bully somebody. But see, one thing about Tasha K, love or hate her, you can't bully her. Not in that way anyway, not in the way that any of these creators have tried. She's been dragged all over this internet. She's been talked about like a dog, even before Cardi B. So, that's not going to work with her. So when all these allegations and things came out, I believe he had an opportunity to jump in front of it, but because he's a coward. He ran like a coward, and he's acting like a coward. And still to this day, he can't stand in his truth. That's what's making him look bad. I don't care if he goes on the #1 YouTube show and screams to the rafters about all of this stuff. And why did you, as a prophet and a pastor, think it was okay to go on a show and talk sexually about gay sex or sex period when you have these allegations above you? And it's like, what if the guy was watching that show and he said, well, let me see how repentant he is for what he did to me. All he hears about on you on there is sex? Like it's okay to be a predator and still have a quote unquote healthy sex life? That's crazy to me. I don't know who Larry Reid's PR is, but they should be fired. He should not even allow Pink Wig to talk about him anymore and with this case, because he's not helping either. And one thing you said that I agree with was that Pink Wig doesn't come to him to those functions where he's with these religious men and take him seriously. He doesn't take him seriously. He doesn't. And Pink Wig doesn't care for whatever reason. I don't know if it's money, relationship. I don't know what it is. But he doesn't care about being around those people either. The only thing he cares about is having a popular friend that he could go on there and windmill for. And I'm going to be honest. I think if the shoe was on the other foot, I don't think Larry would be windmilling for you.
Oh, no.
So,
absolutely not.
That's all I have to say about that, Wiley. And you continue the good work that you're doing. And I'm loving to see you grow. I was watching you for about a year or two now, and I've seen the growth. And even when I disagree with you and say, I'm not watching him no more, I still be watching. So thank you, Wiley.
Thank you so very much, sis. Okay, we got 5 more minutes. We're going to take 2 more. I think we got 2 more callers. Let me see. Because, again, we want to make sure everybody is heard. But that's why I tell y'all, when the phone lines open up, please keep calling. If we didn't get to call you back, I'm going to call this person back because they called twice. So give me a second.
Hello. Please state your name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
Wiley. We are live. Because like this person called twice, and I can't call the unknown. Anonymous, unknown. I can't call you back.
Hey, Wiley.
So how you doing?
I'm doing good. Now, just do you believe these allegations against Larry Reid?
You said what?
Do you believe these allegations? Do you believe the allegations? Because I know you're saying allegedly a lot. Do you believe it or do you not?
I believe that BET should have a full, thorough investigation. I believe that Larry Reid should temporarily be suspended from Kingdom Business. I also believe that Larry Reid, if he found these allegations not to be true, that he should file in civil court immediately. And I believe he should also address this to the church. And also, I believe that Bishop Bernard Jordan should have a thorough investigation as well, to even meet with the family of the accuser, Levontre, and also Levantre's brother. Also, Levantre's.
So do you?
Those.
Do you think that it's fair to always believe the victim?
Those are the statements that we have at this very moment. And if Levontre is what Levontre is saying is not true, then Levontre should be sued by Dr. Larry Reid. But he haven't done that, and so he did do it, but he dropped it, and he still haven't refiled it. So if it's not true, why are you not in a court of law and civil proceeding? Why are you trying to defend this with the court of public opinion? Because when I took the last poll with the court of public opinion, they believe that Larry Reid is guilty.
Right. So most people believe he's guilty because of salaciousness that's been put out there regarding Larry Reid. However, it's not. I don't think it's fair to continue to badger him, if it has not been litigated in a court of law. It's like you're destroying a man's reputation.
But this is the thing. So you can't say that when you're not talking to Larry and say, why did you drop the lawsuit, bruh?
Well, he did explain why he dropped the lawsuit. He stated he dropped the lawsuit because Levontre stated that there was jurisdictional issues.
A bunch of cow manure. You're talking about a man.
But it's true. There are facts out there.
You're talking about a man that have power and resources. So you still have not.
So he's refiled it in the state that Levontre claimed that he lived.
And it's been months since that have dropped, and you still haven't refiled it. Not even with Tasha, not even with Levontre.
That was back in October.
Not even with Levontre.
He stated he refiled the lawsuit in the correct suit. This is what Larry stated.
And we go into February, and still no lawsuit has been filed. No lawsuit has been filed against Tasha K.
He stated he filed it in the state that Levontre stated he lived in. He presented a Georgia license or whatever it is he presented.
Ask you a question.
He stated,
have the lawsuit.
Why did Levontre state?
Answer the question.
That's what he stated. That's what he stated, that he's refiling the lawsuit. Levontre basically filed for dismissal based on jurisdiction.
Sir, I've asked you a question. Have the lawsuit been refiled? Yes or no? Don't hang up. I'm asking you a question. Has it been filed, refiled, yes or no? And the answer to you, Larry Reid supporter, Larry Reid flunky that can't make it with the Larry Reid LRR network, he have not refiled it. I know exactly who you are, sir. You're one of Larry Reid top people in his inner circle. You're close with Sir Marco, and I get that. I understand it. You want to defend your leader. So why are you defending your leader on the Wiley Show? Tell him to refile it. Okay? You cannot try to change the public opinion with the public already in there. Sir Marco? Is this Sir Marco? Who it is?
Hello?
Hello, yes. I thought this was Sir Marco. Go ahead.
No, this is Sir Marco. This is the fire detector lady. How are you?
Doing good.
That's good. I'm so proud of your growth, Wiley. I had noticed when all of this first started going on, you were kind of on the side with Mr. Reid, but as you started to see the evidence and things started making sense, you didn't have a problem coming out and, just saying, hey, no, I can't rock with this. So I applaud you for that. I mean, that takes a lot of guts to be able to stand up to somebody with that big of a following and say, hey, no, this is not right. I'm not going to be on the side of what's wrong. And you did that. I also just want to say that I understand. I do, but I don't understand because it's almost as if this lady keeps calling in and she wants your audience to blame the mother, like that woman made the baby by herself. Where was the father? What was his role in this? Why are we not speaking?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like why are we not speaking about where the father was at, his part in this? And why are we trying to negate from the fact that no matter how gullible or naive we felt like the mother was in her negligence and taking a matter like that serious? Because I spoke about this topic when it first came out, when OKP first shed light on it. I got on his panel and I talked very serious about it, about how, even with my little babies, and I go to church and we have children's church, and everybody I already know, oh, she's not gonna even let her babies go to children's church. She doesn't trust anybody, and that's not to say because I just automatically feel, because you just never know. You have to, you just have to guard your kids. So, she probably was a little gullible and naive, and she did play a role in being negligent because, with stuff like that, as soon as your children come to you with that type of issue, you are supposed to be serious. But that does not negate from the fact that Larry Reid did these things. He did this, not the mother. And I just don't understand that caller. It's almost like she's a plant from the other side. Well, call in and be smooth. Don't be too argumentative with him. Don't make it noticeable. And that's just what she keeps doing. She keeps trying to make the mother at fault for this. At what point is she going to say, but the mother didn't say, hey, Mr. Reid, would you put my son in the room? I want you to do a GAY test on him. She never asked him to figure out what her son's sexuality was. This man at some point in his life had a father. So I'm pretty sure if someone who says that their father was their hero, he molded him to be a man, and he didn't need you coming in, confusing his men and throwing his equilateral off. And about Mr. Wiggins, I just want to say that, I watch his content, I watch your content. But something that's disturbing me about this is you want to get up and you say, thank you for contributing to, building my studio. And, oh, by the way, I don't believe you did this without even a proper line of questioning. I think there was only one or two questions, and he just made his mind up that he believed them. He believed that he didn't do it. And something that aggravated me really, really bad about him, and something that I see a pattern in his commentary, is he tries to make all Black men a part of the LGBT community. If I were to sit Larry Reid and Levontre side by side, how could you walk away and say that, oh, Levontre is zesty, but Larry Reid is not, and say, oh, by the way, and yeah, I don't believe you're gay. But so what in Levontre's demeanor or setup, or, did you, oh, that's a very zesty man. But then you go and sit down with the other YouTuber with Larry Reid and say, don't believe he's gay. I think Armand sometimes kind of pushes his own agenda and his hate for Black women and wanting to say that Black women are the reason why so many Black men have to be down low. I do enjoy his commentary, and I know he's probably listening because I listened to one of his shows, and I just want to say this because I know he's listening. He held up a phone in somebody's face because evidently they were on another panel talking about him. And the person,
really?
Yeah, but the person was saying that, he believes that he's very talented, he does good, and I do agree with that. But then he critiqued him. And I just want to remind him, when you're on your panel, Mr. Wiggins, and you're always trying to win the bar over, you are always making a point that you believe that Nicki Minaj, the artist, is very talented, but you don't like her personality. Why is it that you feel like you get to share spaces with Nicki Minaj and you can have those two sides of the grain? But when your callers, the people who make it possible for you to sit on there, flex with these studios, walk around in your house and say people ain't gonna never gonna make it, singing songs, never gonna make it. Why, when your audience critique you the same way you do Nicki Minaj and say, hey, I think you're talented, and I do agree with that, I think you're talented, but your personality wise, you kind of be hanging out the cliff sometimes. And then if a caller says that, oh, go back over to the dusty place. If I catch you on these other panels talking about me, then you try to come back over here, you're never going to get in. But you feel a way about Nicki Minaj not acknowledging all of the praise that you gave her in the first time you had something negative to say about her, then you was just cast out. That's the same thing you're doing to your audience. So you can afford to be hung down. And I really want him to know that this was not a good look. You sitting over there with the other YouTuber and Mr. Reid. You said that you didn't want to be associated with that sort of thing. Not enough evidence has came. All of the rollout hadn't came out for Tasha K on this whole series about Larry Reid for you to come to the conclusion that you just automatically believe him. So in my opinion, you have sat with Larry Reid and you know that he's a pedo. But that's all I had to say, Wiley.
All right, thank you so very much. I think Tasha came. She said, "Did you get my exclusive?" I don't know what exclusive she's talking about. Unless she's talking about Tasha. Okay. Hello, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hi, Wiley. I just wanted to, say something about the other caller. I didn't say that I blame the mother just by herself, that it was just all the mother's fault. I said I blame the mother as well. And the reason why I said that I blame the mother is because after he told the mother, she was the one who called him on the phone to have him come back to the church. The mother said that she knew that it was rumors. So she left her child alone after there was speculation.
Okay.
So
I hear your point. Thank you. And get your last point. And I'm gonna go to the next caller. Go ahead. All right, thank you. Because you're saying the same thing over and over again. You talked about the mother. The person criticized your point, and you're going to reiterate your point about the mother, about that, and we got your point across about the mother. But justice for Levante, and so any mother that's protecting a pedo need to be called to the carpet as well. Now, somebody else called in for that way. Okay, all right. Called in. Okay, because you just calling in. Hello, yes, you had called twice, so I'm calling you back.
Hey, babe.
Excuse me?
Hey, how are you?
Can you mute me in the back? All right, because I don't know what you do at work or something. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hi, Wiley. I want to just make 2 points. So I'm a lawyer, and I'll deal with that in a second, but I'm also a minister. And my son is 27 now, but when I was a minister when he was very young in the church, and I was divorced, so I was a single mother. And I just want to say in the mother's defense, and I get it, I know how people feel, but I just want to interject. You have to understand, when your pastor, it's an honor when your pastor makes you a minister over the people, right? Especially if you have come out of the clubs and come out of a certain kind of lifestyle. You become 1,000% committed, and you feel like, once your pastor, puts you in leadership, makes you a minister, you feel a very heavy responsibility to him, and you're grateful to him, but also to God and to the people. So it's very easy for us to sit here now and say, well, how could she? And then your pastor, out of all the people that he knows, he picks you to go to another country and pastor. And again, if you're not a minister, and you may not understand what a heavy thing that is, what an honor that is. But I can imagine, and again, my son's 27 now, but I was a minister when my son was very young. I can imagine how she felt, how honored she was. Now, he is the leader. He knew very well that she had an underage son. So clearly, he said, I can imagine, you go, and I'm sure she was like, oh my God, you go, I'll take care of Levante. Don't worry, we got it. So you got to kind of put yourself in that mindset. So that's one thing as far as the mother. This is not to excuse whatever, but I just want to add another lawyer hat on.
Okay.
For those who are, someone called in, and I know you've been talking, and I enjoy your content. I think you are hilarious. But someone called in and they were saying, oh, well, the lawsuit. Listen, when someone files a lawsuit, okay, as Larry did, and you've been great about bringing that paperwork on. Yes. You have to file someone in the proper jurisdiction. Okay, that's obvious. But as you well know, because you read the paperwork live and I was watching it, Levante responded. He responded with an answer. That's what we call that. He also had all of his information on there. So what normally happens if you file, in federal court and it needs to be removed to state court, or if you file in Atlanta and then you can do that the next day. This is not a difficult thing. And let me say this, it doesn't cost $800,000. That's a lie.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That is an absolute lie.
So
that's a lie.
Okay.
$800,000 to file a defamation lawsuit. Stop playing. Okay. Give me a break. No, it absolutely. First of now, if this goes on for 5 years, and which it wouldn't for defamation, then perhaps. But just to file. Absolutely not, under no circumstances. And I'm sure I'm not the only lawyer that watches social media. This is not true. And to file a lawsuit, certainly not. So this erroneous nonsense about, oh, it's going to cost me $2 million. Who are you talking to? Not you, but that is a lie. And I believe as soon as I saw that he dismissed the lawsuit and said, oh, we filed in wrong jurisdiction, which he did. But once someone answers you, basically they're saying, yes, but go ahead and refile. Otherwise, you just wouldn't answer. So the fact that he hasn't done that, I believe, is exactly as you stated and speculated, which is we file lawsuits. I'm going to let you all in on some lawyers. We file lawsuits to do what? To scare people, because most people can't afford it. They can't afford the cost of litigation. They can't afford an attorney like the gentleman Daryl. And so we do that. But when someone comes back and with 25 pages, it is, even though he's saying he's pro se, Levante wouldn't know those terms. It's obvious that he has someone like me or another lawyer that is giving him, all the information, but he's just saying that he's representing himself. So when Larry's lawyer probably saw that, he probably said to him, yeah, this is not a good idea. Because once you say, okay, yeah, I'm going to sue you, now we got discovery. So now I get to ask all kind of questions. I get to get in your business, and you're not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to say that. And then just one final point. I want everyone to remember, Larry was not just a man. He wasn't just someone she knew. This was her pastor. That is and you're a minister in the church. That is a very, very.
I want to ask you on the legal part because,
sure,
if Levante answered, that means Larry could have refiled that within the next day or so. He
could have because it wouldn't change. When you file a lawsuit. If it's in the wrong jurisdiction, because we do e-file. It's not like you got to travel anywhere to do it. You just, you would just have someone file it in the new jurisdiction. There's nothing else that needs to be done. And people say, oh, he said it's not worth it. Someone is calling you a pedo. I would spend any amount of money if someone is calling me something that awful, and if I was anybody, but certainly a pastor, but it doesn't cost $800,000. That is what we call a lie.
Because Tasha is in the chat, and she said he was served a few days ago. So I don't know if he was talking about Levante or not. But obviously, when you open up a case, that means you have to prove that your reputation is harmed. You have to prove that it was you have to prove the case. So just because he filed a case against Levante, that doesn't mean he's going to win. Larry still has
certainly not.
Okay.
No, you have to meet each element. And if you look at the paperwork that you already have, that's why in his answer, he was addressing each of the elements. In other words, you need to prove this, and he can't prove it. He needs to prove this, and he can't prove it. He needs to prove. See, it's easy to sit on social media, and I had said in your chat maybe a week ago, I knew instantly that he wasn't lawyered up, because the first thing we would tell you is shut your mouth. Be quiet, because all of this social media stuff, all this Patreon, that's evidence. No lawyer in America is going to let you go on Patreon for 4 hours, this platform, that platform, this platform.
I remember with the library situation happened with me. It was property damage. And I had a lawyer that I just interviewed, and I was going to hire him. And he heard me talking. He said, don't talk about it at all. Don't mention it at all. And so from that day forward until the case was like closed, I was like completely off probation. Then I was able to talk about it. Because a good lawyer, like you said, will not have you talking about the case, because anything that you can say can be used against you in a court of law. That can be used as evidence. So you're right about that. Because he did multiple hours, and not only did he did Patreon, he done multiple interviews. So obviously he's either A, you're not listening to your lawyers, or B, you're just doing it your way.
He's doing it his way, because now I have plenty of friends, most of my friends are lawyers. Plenty of them will take the case just because we sit up and estimate, this is a fool. I can drain him for about $40,000 with his dumb behind going everywhere talking, because you're going to lose and you're going to have to settle. But before I lose or settle, I'm going to drain him for $45,000 and pay down my house. Now, I'm just keeping it real. So there's no lawyer in America that's going to sit up and let their client, especially in a case like this, when it may come down to, unless there's a picture, or a video, it's going to come down to all of this stuff. And at the end of the day, think about it. I mean, let's just think about this. This is a pastor, and someone's accusing you of this. This was a young boy. First, he didn't know him. Then all of a sudden, you remember all this stuff, and now you had inappropriate conversation. I mean, I could get a judgment against him just on that. I mean, it's just so much that he keeps saying. And was he 17? Was he 16? Listen, you were his pastor. You were in a position of authority over him. I mean, it's just, Anyway, I didn't mean to dominate.
The show. Number one, you are an attorney, and I'm glad you follow the show. I would love to bring you back on so you can give some legal insight on it about just a general sense. And hearing this, and then people would say, "Oh, Wiley, he's going to sue you." I mean, it's a threshold you have to sue. You just can't. Anybody can sue anybody, but can you win? Can you prove your case? And this is defamation. And you correct me if I'm wrong. It's certain elements that you have to prove when you're a public figure, when you're trying to sue for defamation. It's high thresholds for that to prove defamation. And this, in a lot of cases.
Absolutely. There has to be actual harm. Yeah. There has to be actual harm. And you have to be able to prove that. But also there has to be serious proof that you are innocent, of this thing, that it is not true. And I hear you saying allegedly. This gentleman has come on a platform, Tasha K's platform, to speak about what happened to him. It is in the public domain. This is his story. This is not, that's why I had said one time, Tasha K is such an easy target because you can make it all about her. That's a tactic.
Yes.
That's a tactic. It's one of the first things you learn in law school, if the facts aren't on your side, scream as loud as you can and pound on the table as loud as you can to try to distract everybody from the actual facts. And the actual facts are, at least from where I'm sitting, that he is saying that he was violated when he was young. Now you've already admitted to having inappropriate conversation. That alone could have gotten you convicted in some jurisdictions. Just having an inappropriate conversation with a minor. Okay? So we went from, I don't hardly know this boy, to now I sent his mother away, knowing she had an underage child, and offered myself up as a place where he could stay, and I had inappropriate conversation with him. That alone is enough. Do you see what I'm saying? And so it's convinced Tasha K and and everybody, that has, even if Tasha K is doing this out of spite, and I don't believe she is, but I don't know her, if she's doing it out of spite, if his mother was a drug addict, if all these things are true, it still has nothing to do with what happened in that room between Levantre and Larry. We got $60. Then all of a sudden, I gave him $60 because he didn't have any other skill set. He was in high school. Hell, I didn't have a skill set in high school. Do you see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I'm sitting like, these people. So I get it. I just want to say that I get it. Like I said, I'm a mother. I've been a minister since my son was very young. Fortunate, but there is you have such a love. I found out my pastor had done some things, nothing like this, but he definitely was like not paying bills and things that I found out because of the position I was in as far as work. And I overlooked it. I knew that he did not have integrity. I found out that he didn't have integrity. He wasn't paying bills, different little things. But you know what I did? You overlook it. You said, well, this is my pastor.
And you're right about that. You overlook it and all of that. And when I hear your legal perspective on this is why I'm so glad to have you on the show, that I can reach out to you, probably represent me one day. They always threaten you with lawsuits. They never file, you know what I'm saying? But they say these things as you use it as a scare tactic. Like, oh my gosh, I'm going to sue.
Absolutely.
People just go run and hide. But you have to file. You have to go through the court proceedings for that. Just like Tasha's in the chat, and she said Bishop Lamar Whitehead served Larry Reid with a $20 million lawsuit. So that means Larry have to pay lawyers to answer that. And then he said he got to sue Tasha. Let's see how long his money is. Because Bishop Whitehead definitely, so I don't know if he's going to file him. Do they have to be in federal court, or would that be a state proceeding? I don't know. because Bishop Whitehead lives in New York and Larry Reid live in Georgia, so that would have to be in a state court or a federal court. Let me see, because I don't know if that's on.
It would probably be. I'm thinking federal. There's certain.
Okay.
It just depends. It depends. Either one. I mean, either way.
Okay.
And you gotta think of. I'm gonna just leave you all with this.
Okay.
Think about our former president, the one that we just got out of there. Okay, he is, I think, probably the most litigious person that most people are aware of. And if you stay abreast of some of the things that he has done and been doing, you'll see that's a tactic. He does it all the time, and most people will cower down. Sometimes all I have to do is send somebody a letter and they'll back off, or they'll send the money or whatever, because most people are average people, and that's what they will do. It is the rare person that says, who's not a lawyer, or a paralegal. So it's the rare person that says, well, let's get it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And answers them. And that's why the people who don't have the facts on their side, they usually back off. Now, if Levantre has been served, great. That's actually a great thing, because now we can actually get into it.
I don't think Levantre has been served. I think the Bishop Whitehead served Larry Reid that case. So that haven't happened yet. Just like when people are saying, "Oh, Wiley, you can get sued." Again, we're sticking to the fact this is in public domain. This is not something I created. Levantre went on a public platform, said that he was violated by Larry Reid. This is in a public domain. This would have been an issue for me if I would have just created this out of my butthole and just went on and just blabbed this out there in the public streets. Then I could see that could be Larry trying to shoot for that, but he can't, because Levantre said these things on a public platform. I could just use his words.
You're repeating what it would be the same thing. It would be the same thing if it was if I wrote an article about it. I didn't come up with this. I'm simply saying what he said, reporting what has been stated. So this whole, I don't know anything personal that may be going on, but just from where I sit, something is in the public domain. It can be discussed. It's already being discussed. You can't restrict someone from discussing something that is in the public domain. This man went on a platform. Tasha K has over 1 million viewers. It's being discussed. So you can't tell me I can't talk about it. It's already being talked about. As long as the caveat is, this is alleged. It has not been deliberated in a court. No judgment has been rendered, but he's sharing what he says happened to him. And that, it is what it is. And it's unfortunate, which is again why I say as a grown pastor, why are you going on on different platforms and he's this and he wasn't that and he didn't smell good? Who does that? If anything, my heart goes out to this young man, if I were Larry, because he has totally gotten misconstrued the relationship we had. And I, as a man of God, this burdens my heart.
Yes.
And we need to call forth the elders
of the church. And then what we need to call out is everybody's not called, from God. Some people just make themselves say I'm into the ministry. They're not living up to the principles. So you have a search thing that's called false prophets, that took God royal. I didn't say you just stole God royal. You do have thieves that claim that they are a representative of Christ, and they're not. So, because when I look at Larry, it's something weird and about him when he's just talking about what he loved to do and about peeing in his face and all of the type of things the acts that he liked. Where's the scripture? You talk about how the guy looked busted and you have to buy him clothes and all that, but where's the praying? Where's the scripture? Where's the ministry? Where's Christ?
Well, you're exactly right,
Oh.
and I'm going to tell you, I looked at I looked at Larry Reid. I didn't, find out about him till maybe a couple of years ago, and I watched some of the stuff, and I thought he was funny. I was entertained by it. But I'm going to tell you, anyone who has followed that platform will tell you over the past, probably year to year and a half, he has changed increasingly. He has increasingly changed. And I listen to what people say. I'm trained to listen and also just to go by sort of factual things. And I listen to him, and it is obvious that something shifted. And he's become increasingly talking more and more about sex. So I stopped. But increasingly more about sex, increasingly questioning the Bible, and just the same manipulation that he's being accused of, slowly putting people on that question.
Because when Levantre's mother said he taught us against tattoos and men wear earrings, and yet he's doing these things that he was preaching against. And then he also preached against homosexuality, and now he's not. So he have changed the way that he's changed right before our very eyes about his literally his core beliefs. And
either he changed or he just as his money went up.
Oh wow.
He seemed to have gotten a little bit more loose because money magnifies who you are.
Wow.
And so as that at least this is just what I saw. And I've never personally met him. I'm just talking about what I saw over the past couple of years. As it seemed to me, as his money started going up, because he used to talk about being paper Bible saved. And that's the school I come from, old school Pentecost, right?
Me too.
But he got looser and looser with that as that money was going up. Then, like I said, he started introducing different concepts to his platform, bringing on more and more sexual content, that kind of thing. And again, it's the exact same thing. It's the same thing. That's what manipulators do. Right? That's what they do. It's like grooming. He was grooming his Larry Reid Live audience to be more accepting of certain concepts. And so you talking about paper Bible saved when you were broke, but now you got a couple of Gucci suits or Gucci sweatsuits. Now all of a sudden you're pansexual. Okay. Well, okay.
That you did your research on it, done that, and I definitely don't disagree. How long you been following the Wiley Show?
Probably for maybe about 7 or 8 months. 7 or 8 months, and I don't get to watch it all the time because I travel quite a bit.
Yeah.
But I'm
gonna take down your number, so just in case if I need to hire you get some legal counsel. I got a feeling somebody's just gonna just put me in the courtroom. I think you can handle it, Wiley, because you do pretty good. Of course, I got it. My thing is this. You know what I'm saying? You a lawyer? Can you represent yourself in the court of law?
Oh, absolutely. You are entitled to do so, but we have a saying in the legal profession, and it is the man who represents himself has a fool for a lawyer. And this is why we say that. Because now let's just use Levantre. He's representing, at least he said he was representing himself, but it's obvious. There's no way he would know that language except that someone is informing him.
Well, who was that Black Panther? Is it Angie Davis? She represented herself and she got off. So it's not in.
Yeah, no, it happened. Absolutely not. And listen, most of this, I went to law school. It took me 5 years to graduate because I went part-time. But listen, you don't have to go to law school to represent yourself because everything, especially now, everything is online. You know, we have big old thick case books with 500 pages, you know, for each subject. Most everything is online. My son is in law school right now, and he's he goes to the same law school I went to, but he's in an online program. Everything is online. Anything you need to know or want to know is online. But that there is still great value in having a good lawyer, but also not just because of our knowledge, but listen, we have the relationships, and you can't underestimate that. Remember, so I'm an African American woman. We are all in the bar associations together.
Yeah.
We party together. We go. So I know the district attorneys because those are my friends that I went to law school with, you know, or whatever have you. So do you see what I'm saying? You can't,
because like for me, you know, if you don't have let's say if you don't have the money, then buckle down, study it. And you would be surprised what you can learn and stuff.
Exactly.
Because this is silver.
And then you can get someone to assist you. You could hire a lawyer for consultation, or someone that's a paralegal. Because I'm pretty sure it seems to, looking at that answer from Levantre, somebody gave him that information, and it sounds like a lawyer helped him.
A lawyer helped him, and that was just a blessing. And because with me, if I can't afford an attorney, I will study, get consultation, know what to answer with, blah 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 blah. I'm going to fight it to the end, because again, you're mostly taking the risk of paying your lawyers because you got the bag. You're trying to get a bag from me, and I don't have the bag, but I'm gonna make sure you go through the entire proceeding. I'm not gonna do like Daryl. Oh, let's go to mediation. Let me just stop talking. No, I want to go to a trial. I want to go through the whole thing. And if it's a judgment, it's a judgment. But yet you got to spend all the money, and then you have to chase me down for me to have pay if you ever do get the payment. Because correct me if I'm wrong, Tasha K and Cardi B is still trying to track down Tasha for the money because she is appealing it. So
listen, listen, it could take 20 years, 30 years. I mean, listen, that. Even if someone gets and I'm not saying my name, but even if somebody gets a judgment against you, they still gotta try to attach your assets. I mean, that can take forever, you know, or never. So, but that's even if they get a judgment, it's no small feat, especially defamation. Absolutely. That's not something that's very easy to prove. And as you know, Larry Reid didn't win that case.
No.
It was resolved in mediation. And the mediation was, don't talk about each other. More often than not, that's what it's going to be, especially if you don't have deep pockets.
And the judge's going to be like, this is a waste of time. He can't.
It's a waste of time.
It's literally going to be a waste of the taxpayers' money because, you know, and for the judge, because this guy clearly doesn't have a lawyer. He's gonna say go into mediation, and I'm gonna have fun in mediation with Larry Reid because I'm gonna be like, I don't want to mediate. I want to continue to talk because you're in the business of talking about. I would never agree not to talk about somebody that's content. He's content. So I would never agree to that. How I make my money to talk about people. I got to be able to talk about everybody. So I was.
But here's the thing. That's what Larry does.
Okay.
That's what he did. It's talk about people and their situations. Just ask E. Dewey Smith. That's what he does.
That's true. That is true.
Okay. So this is, again, these are tactics. So I'm going to, I know I've lengthened your show. I'm going to go, but I enjoy you. I will certainly be calling back, and I'm looking forward to, I haven't watched the
brother interview,
the latest, the brother, and I only watched clips, little snippets of the mom, but I am looking forward to watching that interview.
Yeah, I took your number down, so just in case if I need to hire you for consultation and, you know,
okay.
You know, to get some ideas, because I think when you in this business, you always have lawyers in your inner circle. You need, you know what I'm saying? So thank you, sister, for that. I'm just so glad you called into my show, and you don't sound like a 80-year-old woman, because they say nothing but old women call into my show. So
No, I'm far from that. I was watching the playoff game. I was watching the football game on my TV, and then I had you on my phone. I was like going back and forth, but you were so funny. So a good show tonight. Thank you for taking my call, and we'll be talking.
Thank you so very much, sis. Thank you.
All right. Have a good evening.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. Oh, yeah. I had to literally take it down. So she said Bishop Whitehead have filed the paperwork on Larry. Ooh, that's going to be entertaining. Ooh, that's going to be some good content. That is going to be some good content. What? Oh, that's another baked pie that's been sitting in my lap. I'm gonna talk about that case. So that's what we gonna do. We gonna talk about the case. We definitely gonna talk about the case. I'm excited, to talk about it. And like I said, Tasha has been doing a good job. And listen, I'm not on the app for free. Someone gave me access, and I'm able to do content and maybe do reviews of the content. And Tasha K, let me be on the app for free. You say you're gonna do it, sis. I'm waiting on the phone call from your staff to let me be on that app for free because it's a win-win. I get the content, I bring subscribers to you, I in return review your content, and I'm gonna give it a good review. And it's gonna be entertaining. So if you want me to continue to review your content, all you can do is let me be free. Okay, hello, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Yes, well, I have a question for you. Based on what the lawyer had just said, I was wondering why did Levante just not go ahead? He seems to have a very good case. If this case is so, may not be that hard for him to win or to even, get a lawyer to take it, why go on these platforms? Why not just go ahead and take it to the appropriate authorities and file? I don't know how many years he has, but why not have handled it differently? Why not find a way to get justice?
That's a good point. Go ahead.
Because, when you think about everything that she said, just for the fact of him having a conversation with somebody that's a minor, that could have been enough to bring charges. In other words, what is this about? Is this about, and please take this the right way, of course you want things to be exposed, but I'm more about justice and getting people that, whether it be parents, whether it be people in your family, whether it be, people in the church, I don't care who it is that's guilty, that would do anything to a child. I'm more about them being put behind bars than I am about it being a whole propaganda. I think you should expose these things, don't get me wrong. But what good is exposing it if these kids never get justice? And if it's not that hard for this person to get justice, why haven't they done that? Because that is the biggest question out of everything she kept saying. And she said,
well, he answered to the complaint. And like I said, that's up to Levante, whether he want to do sue Larry. That's up to him.
But we don't talk about lawsuit, though. We're talking about just the fact
he went to the police department. That's up to the police to go through the trial. To do their investigation, because Levante did go to the police. You need actually a court order to get the details of the police report. A judge will have to give you a stamp to get the reason from the police department, because the police department will only give you a cover letter of the report. But to get to the details, you will need to get a court order. And just reminds me of R. Kelly, when the police, when they were bringing in it, nothing came into play until decades later when a surviving R. Kelly came out. And then now prosecutors decided to reopen the case, and those victims finally got justice. So I urge people from Raleigh, North Carolina, or whatever this incident happened, I believe in Raleigh, North Carolina, to continue to bombard that police department. We're going to get the numbers and stuff like that. And so y'all can call and to really apply pressure, not only to the police department, but apply pressure to the district attorney to reopen this case, or if this is open, to really give an update on this case, because I'm hearing that they never questioned Larry Reid, and I think that's a failure of the police department. This is in the South. Y'all know the South move very slowly on things, and this is considering a black person. The crime was committed against another black person, so they're moving very slowly. But I know about power in numbers, so we bombard the number. Like I said, once I get all these numbers, I'm gonna release it to y'all tomorrow. And so y'all can call the prosecutor office, y'all can call the police department and tell them, hey, where's the update on this case? And the thing about Larry Reid, he feeling the pressure, so now he's deciding to go live on other platforms with 100 people in there watching, and he turning off the comments. He's feeling the pressure, and he think people gonna stop doing their show because he live and with some Dorito chips. No, and you turn the comments off. So my thing is this: where is the police with this investigation? Because Levante did his part; he filed the police report. It's up to the police to continue to investigate and to get the final, investigation in there to see what really happened. Did Larry Reid, in fact, violate a minor? And so if so, then charges need to be brought up. And so I'm going to definitely get the number to the prosecutor and all of that. We're going to do a whole show on that, and we're going to ask the people to call and to apply pressure to the prosecutor and as well as the police department.
Well, I get what you're saying about that, but Wiley, it still just kind of gets me a bit here that if you say Levante, even that it had to be an attorney that he possibly could have been speaking to based on the response he gave, that he could, an average person would not do that. So my thing is just think about this for a moment. Based on what that attorney said, she said, if I had heard a situation like this, I could get him on just talking to the minor. In other words, even if the police didn't even do what they needed to do, according to this attorney. Now she said it. Now she's somebody been working in this business for quite some time. She looked at both points of view. Even an attorney can get and speak. She got friends. She knows the DA.
I understand that, but you're more so speaking about a civil suit. We don't know if Levante going to file one or not.
No, I'm not speaking about
but the criminal aspect, Levante, it's up to the prosecutor and it's up to the police department.
Right, but Wiley, I'm not speaking about a civil suit. That is not what
you're speaking about. A criminal proceeding, right?
Yes, because
it's up to the prosecutor and it's up to the police department to get involved on that. And like I said, in order to help Levante, we as the public have to apply pressure. Levante is only one person. But I guarantee you, if they get bombarded with 1,000 emails and 1,000 phone calls, then maybe they will feel that pressure. They must get involved in it because Levante is only one person.
Right, but what I'm saying to you, maybe you've missed what I'm saying here, but I'm saying, based on what this attorney just said, regardless of Levante getting all these people out of her own mouth, she said, I could have just got Larry Reid just because of the fact of the conversation he had with the minor.
And she's also talking about civil. She's talking about civil proceeding.
She's talking about criminal. Go back and call it.
She's talking about a civil proceeding, okay, where she can get Larry Reid on to get a judgment against him. She's talking about civil. In order to get justice for a criminal proceeding, they definitely have to get pressure to the prosecutor and also the police department and all of that. And because again, Levante did file a police report, and we definitely need to get the police department involved in this and the detective, whoever he is, and we're going to get the name and we're going to bring all that to you all publicly. And so Levante have already filed a police report. It's up to that police department to do their job. And I feel like they failed Levante because Levante is Black and they have failed it. And then you're talking about the South. And anything about the South that is racist, backwards, racist, incompetent. It's so many other things. And they don't really make moves until the public like myself and as well as the producers of the Wiley Show and as well as everybody, the Tasha K audience, until we apply pressure to those entities, Levante will not get any justice. Okay, so in order for that to happen, you all have to call and we have to apply pressure to those entities, and that's what we have to do. And so we definitely have to do that. And we will continue to do that on tomorrow. Hopefully, I will have all the names and all the numbers. We will definitely call first and write letters and everything like that. And then we will tell you all the point of action of that as well. And also, BET need to temporarily suspend their relationship with Larry Reid until they investigate these allegations fully. And so we will be giving you emails and tags, not just the BET Twitter, but also numbers and emails. So once I do my research on that, and I will bring that to you all as well. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show. Hello. Welcome to the Wiley Show. Hello. Okay, I don't know if it hung up. Hello. All right. Okay, so that's just how that goes. So we are definitely going to be doing all that type of stuff. So we will continue to keep y'all updated on that. And we will make sure that we get the numbers as well to make sure y'all that is done. Yeah, I'm gonna go out tonight. Let me see what he's doing. Let me see. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna go out tonight. Larry. Oh, the House of Virginia brain. Oh, okay. We're gonna take one more call. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show. Hello, can you mute me in the back?
Hello?
Can you mute me in the back?
Yes, I can hear you.
Go ahead, sis.
I want to speak on and piggyback off the young lady saying why certain things that happened for Devontae. I'm somebody that went through the same thing he went through. And when you go talk to the police, they then present it to the prosecutor. It is up to the prosecutor because I waited over 30 years because I told my story about it. And because I had a book signing and I put the person's picture in my book, they came to my book signing and confronted me. I was abused by several different men when I was a child. And I'm having a hard time talking about it, but I'm going to tell y'all why Devontae had to do things the way he did it. Once you go to the police, they present things to the prosecutor. And because we live in the South, I'm from South Carolina and Devontae is from North Carolina. Because my situation was over 30 years, even though there's no statute of limitations in the state of South Carolina, I was told by the police that the prosecutor said they would not take my case because it's been so long and it's hard to get evidence that way. Because when the things happened to me when I was abused, it was me with each man by myself as a child. So the thing is, once you report it, it is up to the prosecutor. It's not as simple as everybody thinks. That's why it's bothering me the way some people are judging this young man, because he did his part. And I'm going to tell y'all something. To go and sit and talk to the police about somebody doing something terrible to you as a child, because it happened my entire childhood. When you sit and you talk to the police, it's like you being done all over again. It's like you're naked standing in front of them. And I don't know if you can understand it, but it's a horrible situation to be in. So people, do not judge this young man. You cannot imagine what he's going through. And he is a man, I'm a woman. It's even worse for a man. That some man tried to take his manhood. So y'all need to look deeper and pay attention, because when this man that did this to him, look at his eyes. He has lying eyes. That guy is not lying, y'all. I lived through it my entire childhood. And because I was programmed, I continued to let it happen through my teen years. So you guys, it's not how y'all think it goes. It is up to the prosecutor. And Wally, I'm going to get off the phone. I just want to say that, okay?
All right. Thank you, sister. You be encouraged. We definitely are praying for you that you get justice. And
we got to pray for Devontae, because this is something that never goes away.
Absolutely. Definitely are praying. Thank you, sister, for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. You just never know who's going to call in. And like I said, she said something true. It's up to the prosecutor. Yeah, you got to be, that definitely is the case. Okay, we got a lot of caller. Oh, we got the same caller. Hold on, let me see. Let's call it back.
Your call has been forwarded to an...
All right. That was that caller. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hey, what's going on, Wiley?
Doing good.
Yeah, I just want to say about this Larry Reid situation. Did he admit that they had a relationship?
Only thing that I believe.
Or is he saying that the guy wasn't 14 or 15 or 16? I mean, I'm not understanding. So he admitted that they had a relationship, but he just wasn't of age.
Mm.
And then another thing I wanted to ask, if they had a relationship, whether he was 17, 18, he was a pastor, and wasn't he married to Lisa at the time?
He was.
Where was his wife at?
Mm.
You know, nobody's asking about the wife and where was she while all this was going on. So, you know, I would like to get some clarity on that when Larry Reid doing interviews and his wife, with all this going on and the allegations and the rumors. Nobody's talking about the wife being on the sideline or being a beard or not saying anything, knowing that all this is going on with these kids. Whether he was 17, 18, 14, 15, he's still a child. And that's all I had to say.
Thank you so very much.
You're doing a good job.
Thank you so very much.
And you blocked me tonight, brother, but it's all good.
Thank you for your support, brother.
All right. Have a good one.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you so very much. We've been on here another 3-hour episode. Another 3-hour episode that we've been on here for almost 3 hours. And another 3 hours. 24 hours. All right. Let me see. Okay, hello. We're going to call this person back.
Or calling.
Okay, daughter of this person. Our live, you guys. This is Larry Reid. Wow, 1,100 people. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show. I see that you. I'm calling you back. What's up?
Yes. Okay. Didn't have anything to say, but I'm happy for you, bro. You're doing good work out here in the street.
Thank you.
And I appreciate that. There was a caller that called in, and she had a lot of knowledge to drop, law knowledge to drop.
Yes.
And she was right. Yep, she was right. And I was just calling to
thank you.
To put that in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you, sis.
She's there. And whenever you have your meet and greet,
yes,
in Dallas, I will be there.
Yes,
absolutely.
We have one next month on February.
Yep. Yeah. No, completely, and cannot wait for it. I'm so excited for it.
Thank you. I can't wait to meet you.
Yes. Fair enough, friend.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. All right, baby.
Baby, bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
All right. I can't wait to meet ya. I will be meeting my subscribers. Okay, we got a caller on here. Okay. I'm trying to.
Hey, this is Candy. Leave a message and I'll call.
Candy. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hi, Wiley.
Is this Candy?
Yeah.
Okay, I called it. That was your name on your voicemail. Go ahead, Candy.
I want to tell you, you're doing an excellent job.
Thank you.
I want to ask you, what do you think about Sherelle's interview?
I don't think about it. My thoughts on the content of that interview, it was giving me that I've been bought and paid for. That's what it was giving.
That's what I thought. I was surprised at Sherelle and her husband. I really was. I haven't been watching them since then because I didn't appreciate that.
Yes, that's what it was giving me. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. But I've been watching. You're doing a great job. I'm a subscriber.
Thank you so very much for subscribing.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Okay, thank you, ma'am. So on February 11, we're done with the phone lines. We've been on here for 3 hours. Okay, February 11, 2023 at 3 p.m., I will be meeting the subscribers in Dallas. Okay, on February 11, 2023 at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Only thing you have to do is email me so I can give you the restaurant where we're going to be at. All thing we ask is that you please buy something on the menu because it's a Black-owned business, one of my favorite restaurants here. We will send you that address and the restaurant name in the email, WileyShowProductions@gmail.com, 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 WileyShowProductions@gmail.com. You could definitely send an email to that immediately. You would get a response on there, Wiley Show production@gmail.com. Please email me. Do not inbox me or IG me. Email so I can know how many people are coming. Okay. Also, I want to send my condolences to Ricky Smiley. He have lost his son. I want to send my condolences to Ricky Smiley. He did lose his son. Definitely sending my condolences to Ricky Smiley and sending my condolences to his family because he did announce today that his son have passed away. So we definitely are sending our condolences to his son family because he did say that his son have passed away. Okay, all right. So give me a second. I want to make sure that y'all email me the correct email address at WileyShowProductions@gmail.com. Look at your screen, and that is the email. Okay. That is the email, WileyShowProductions@gmail.com. And y'all email me that, and that will go through. Hold on, I'm sorry. I didn't put the million. All right, there we go. So I just typed it in the chat. I'll type it in the chat again. WileyShowProductions@gmail.com. Also, we have the Vegas meet and greet that is coming up for Vegas as well. That's in October. So the Vegas meet and greet is in October. So I want to take the email address down for a second so y'all can see that. That's October 6th through the 9th. So I need y'all to RSVP, okay? I need y'all RSVP for that, all right? RSVP for the Vegas meet and greet. We're going to be sending you another email sometime next month about the party bus and about how much it's going to cost. And it's a deadline for that, so we can have all the monies in there for that type of way. So again, the party bus, and it will be non-refundable because once we get the party bus, I'm not dealing with you need a refund. You ain't gonna be able to come. It's non-refundable. So if you paying it, you already in there. Okay, so it's non-refundable because we are not be going through that. I have to refund it and the ticket. If you can't come, non-refundable. Or if somebody else take your spot, then we will refund you back your money. If somebody take your spot, and then we will refund you back your money. But again, that's only how we would do that, stuff like that. Okay. So if you want to do the party bus, it's a certain deadline. You have to send your money. Also for the ticket for the concert, make sure you send your money. We can't do last minute stuff because once we pick the concert, it's too late to get the concert tickets at the last minute. And then a party bus. So again, we are definitely putting it out there to you all for that. Thank you all so very much because again, we want to make sure that we have a good list. I think up today, I think it was over 20 something people have already RSVP. And that's not even an account for the people that actually live in Vegas. So yeah, so it's still time. So that trip will take October 6th through the 9th. And then we're going to talk about our other trips that we have planned. But those are what we have on the calendar for this year. We have the Dallas meet and greet next year. And then we also have the, the Vegas. And we're going to see the address. So make sure you book your rooms, book your flight. So you could definitely be there. Bring you some spending money. Vegas is not that expensive, but you do got to eat. So make sure you bring your money so you can eat. And so we can go to the concerts and all that type of stuff. And it's definitely going to be fun. Okay, it's definitely going to be fun. Because we went out last year and it was fun. We definitely are going to be. We highly suggest you stay at the host hotel where we're going to be at, because when we go out, we there. We might change it up at the last minute. Say, hey, let's go to this bar. So you just have to meet us. So again, in the hotel that we're staying at, it's not that pricey. It's off the strip, and it's not that pricey, so it's not so congested. And so the reason why we chose that hotel, again, because when people want to visit me from Vegas, they don't have to pay for parking. They could just come right there. The parking is free. It's a casino. It's plenty of restaurants that's open 24 hours and all of that. So if you want to gamble, it's a place. So we definitely going to have a good time. Thank you so very much. Little black boy, you're beautiful. Make sure y'all hit the Cash App, $ Marquise Wiley 28. Thank you so very much that hit the Cash App. Give me a second. $ Marquise Wiley 28. Thank you somebody else in the Cash App for Chicago. Thank you. And stuff like that. $ Marquise Wiley 28 for that. And also we have the PayPal. Little black boy, you beautiful. Little black girl, you enough. When things get hard, put God first. Now, we are done. I am done. I ain't going on no more social media because I was supposed to do a live for the beach sector. I'm going to do that tomorrow, child. I'm tired. All right. I'm going to go do that tomorrow. Okay. So I did other shows, did my Instagram. So make sure y'all follow me on my TikTok, follow my Instagram, all social media. We are definitely there. Make sure y'all click that like button. Click that like button. If you haven't clicked it, thank y'all so very much. Keep the conversation going in the comments. Thank y'all so very much. Let me post this number really quickly because I know some of y'all don't get the notifications when we go live. The notification when we go live, I want to make sure we have that because a lot of y'all don't have the notifications like that. And so we're going to definitely post that on the screen when we go live. You can just text Wiley in the text box, WILEY, to the number 888-534-4939. Text Wiley in the text box, 888-534-4939. Thank you so very much. God bless you to all the cast, the people that came on to the show today. We had 1,400 people today. Thank you. Another great show. Until next time, thank you to Unwind with Tasha K and to her beautiful staff for gracing us with their presence. And we will see y'all on tomorrow for another video. Members, we will see y'all tomorrow. B Sector News video coming tomorrow as well. And also a new Wiley Show video will be dropping tomorrow as well. Thank you and God bless. Peace.